What's up, everybody? Welcome in. We're back with another meeting of the crew here, getting into some adventures. As you can see, we have all dressed up for the occasion. I guess we're varying different people who steal things. Me and Ryan being pirates, JT being a cowboy who be robbing folks. We got Baba Yaga, the taker of souls. You're sucking on a finger? No, that's kind of hot. You shouldn't do that in front of me. That's rough. You just eat? Do you bite the tip? I don't even want to know. And then we have Chris, who's just a guy who robs people. We love it.
Give me your money.
With the Stanislav accent, too. It's going to be perfect. So welcome in, everybody. Happy Halloween. We're getting a little celebration in tonight because I got my own stream plans tomorrow. So we got all our costumes out. Everyone's here. As you can see, we are joined by a very, very special guest today. My good friend, Just JTB. If we could get a shouty for JTB in the chat, that would be dope. Go check him out. Show some love. Yeah, I'm very excited to have him. JT, what do you got going on? Tell the people. Say hello.
So I decided that I am starting to upload TikToks. That's a thing, same as my Twitch and whatnot. So you can check that out. That's probably where a lot of the content I do in the future is going to be, is there, or my Instagram. So, yeah.
So glad.
If
So
you,
glad
if you
to
want
see
to go
you.
check it out, feel free to.
Hell yeah. So glad to see you making content again. I love the first video. Very beautifully done. Very good vocals. Y'all should go check it out. Show some love. Baba
If
Yaga.
you don't do it, you will jump out the window on purpose.
Yes. That's very mysterious. Jump out the window on purpose. Okay. Baba Yaga filling in for Peter here. I believe he wanted you to fill the people in on your very special project that you have going.
Baba Yaga is very upset with his printers. Baba Yaga has parts coming, and Baba Yaga is very angry.
Oh,
But
no.
that being said, we have actually another printer now too. My wife jumped in, and she's doing some knickknacks and Buddy the Elves and stuff like that. So it keeps on rocking, I guess. So that's Fire Mission Battery on Instagram. Lo and behold, we actually have a purveyor of one of the products, one of our international sales, currently on the line right here. But yeah,
I'm very
that
excited.
that is us.
Well, I hope the printers get fixed up and running back to top speed very soon, my friend.
The nozzle's in the mail.
Oh, we love that. We love things being in the mail. Also, I want to thank everyone who starts us off, coming in with the subbies and stuff. We had LG and Rye coming in and dropping their subs. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for being a part of the crew. Dro, welcome in. Okay, so from the top, we had Kayla, bright and early, like god damn. We had LG, Merc, Kieran, JTB. Who else we got? Rad's in here lurking. We appreciate you guys. Grim Quests, Citrus, what's up, buddy? Really fun jam yesterday. And Dro, how you doing? Should never anger the witch of the Russian wastes, right? That's just dangerous. So we're all dressed
How
up.
did you know what I
excited.
call my wife?
I'm gonna live for the means of the skivas. So, I believe that's all we have to get through for today. So, to recap where we all left off, we had a very chaotic session last week. The party, Mantuk and Stanislav and Mr. Maker, after being awoken by a knife planted firmly into their chests, quickly jumped into combat against their new assailants, seemingly a group of assassins sent by a very familiar organization to you guys, and tried to attack you all in your sleep, ending their contract on all of you. However, with a little bit of skill and luck, you managed to come out on top. However, not before Mr. Maker unfortunately fell to a grisly demise at the blade of an assassin, followed by an immediate plummet 60 feet into cold water. So he went down almost with the ship on that one. However, managed to, with some clutch healing from Stanislav coming in with the Revivify, come back to life. However, Gregory also nearly taking hits and almost going down in the combat as well. Eventually managed to overcome the threat, the last of which a strange vulture-like creature that was flying away, and with the help of Mr. Maker, only ever so slightly managed to kill it on its way out, just watching it plummet into the sea and then fading into darkness as you heard a splash. You rushed very quickly to try to put the fire out on the ship that had been caused by the assassin, quickly tending to the mass and the surrounding deck. Whoa! Fell off my bed. I knocked my water bottle down. All good. Quickly dealing with the flame. There we go, my cat moment. Dealing with the flaming mast and putting out the fire, thus saving the ship. However, the sail and a lot of the mast was heavily damaged in the attempt. We pick up there as you guys all kind of stand on the deck, taking in the events of the day, or I should say the evening. Gregory, Mantuka, Stanislav. You see the bodies of slain sailors and crewmates strewn about the deck. These people carved a bloody and silent path to you on their way in, and unfortunately, you were down a watchman, a very young and charming halfling, and a quartermaster, as well as a couple red shirts. However, after succeeding in the combat and managing to not allow the ship to lay it on fire, we now find ourselves there on the deck, lit ever so dimly by the little bit of moonlight in the sky. What would you all like to do?
Holy shit.
Why? First of all. Second of all. How?
Well,
Who's hurt? Who needs help? Who's dead? Who's dead?
Should probably pull up Mr.
No one anymore,
since
thankfully.
He's not here at the moment.
Okay.
Mantuka would like me to convey that he would very much like your healing arts.
Oh, yeah, that can happen. Sure.
Yes. You heard
Like
Baba
all
Yaga.
of them. Like if there was a bucket and like it was full of water, it was like all of it spilling out. Like
Yeah. I got you, pal. And she kind of just like staggers and pats you on the shoulder for a second level cure wounds.
There you go.
Which
Also,
one is
Mantuka,
cure wounds?
you
That
have
one.
disadvantage, and I have advantage thanks to Kieran. Thanks, bud.
Ooh.
Appreciate you.
Heal 15 points. That's really good.
Damn, let's go.
Sweet. Can we do like 17 more of those?
No.
Oh. Okay. Too much. Roger. I'll let him know. Peace.
Yeah, I'll come up behind you as that's happening, and I'll pump in a level 1.
Oh, Baba loves a tag team. Baba loves
Yeah.
a tag team. Get that over here. You touch that
Oh.
Mantuka Baba.
Can I do a second level? Yes, I can. Second
I
level.
bet you can.
Sure can. Cure wounds, and a little tiny washcloth ghost comes and just caresses the other shoulder.
Baba Gaga would have
By
called
the
that
way-
cheese rag, but okay.
Stanislav is also like almost dead, but he's not saying anything about it. But if you look,
Oh.
he's just like covered in stab wounds and cuts and bruises. And yeah.
Oh no.
Hey, focus on me. It's already happened. You already stated it.
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
Dan.
He can talk to his god.
Dan touches himself on the shoulder for a first level cure wound. As he says that.
You just
Okay,
like,
good.
quickly seal up the wounds that you suffered during the combat. It was a pretty brutal fight. You guys took a number of rather heavy hits on that one. Mr. Maker, in particular, is looking a little worse for wear, and he's kind of just like shuffling around some of the bodies of the assassins that you found. Briefly tries to see if he can find the floating corpse of the Arakocra out at sea, but seems unable to do so. But if someone would like to lead an investigation check on the loot, go ahead, since he is currently just very much out of it. It's almost like he's not present.
It's investigation.
Yep, whoever wants to.
Super not investigated.
Yeah, same. Well, guidance, whoever does it.
I'll do it.
Or I think both Mantuka and Stanislav are just looking down at Gregory.
Yeah.
As we talk about
okay.
no
like,
modifier.
Boop.
yeah, with guidance.
And- Ooh, not damn
Roll
bad.
guidance.
Boop. Oh,
God damn it, I
Gregor's
can't see
suddenly
shit.
very invested in this.
That's better.
Oh no.
Boop.
Okay.
Boop.
Alright. It's like I knew it was there. I knew it was coming, and it still fucking killed me.
Still
Jesus
surprised
Christ.
me.
Still got me. So with a 24, you do manage to pick up all of the loot that they had on them. You find they were using crossbows altogether. They would leave about 6 poisoned bolts left after that never got used. So you have 3 or 6 poisoned bolts that you want that you can shoot out of any crossbow. Alternatively, you do not find any coin or thing of value on them. Their weapons are plain steel, nothing special, but you do see like this faint kind of remnant from the poison that was applied to it that's now been worn off and kind of turned dormant's not really the word, but non-lethal after its extended use. But it's kind of less this crust on the blade a little bit. Yeah.
Guys, I don't want to touch anything these guys have.
I'll cast Detect Magic too.
Okay.
It's all got that weird purple-green color.
Nothing really stands out. How far, what's the range on Detect Magic?
Just 30 feet, so like I'll cover what's on the boat, but I'm not going to go try and find the Aarakocra. He's long gone.
They don't appear to have anything magical on them. You do, however, find 2 very familiar-looking grenades, or granados, I guess you'd call them, the pirate-based. It looks very similar to the one that the Aarakocra threw at you, using that to ignite your ship on his way out. You find another 2 of those, so you can, I guess, 2 fire grenades. Add that to one of your sheets.
Dick.
You don't find anything else beyond that. You gather the best equipped of them was probably the birdman that took a plunge into the water. Anything else you'd like to do? The night is yours. You're all still standing awake on this deck. There's still a faint bit of smoke rising from the mast. You see the sail, which was completely engulfed in flame, is basically just scraps now. The kind of little embers hanging to the edges of them. The smell of burnt wood and lacquer kind of fresh in the night air. Baba Yaga, what's up?
So, this big ship can't be used right now, right? Then we get off the big ship and get onto the land. Can we get in the little boat and go to land? That's what the big guy wants to know.
I love that we have Baba Yaga playing Mantuka here.
There's so many layers.
It's making me very
Babatuka.
happy. There are layers to this performance. Babatuka.
You can call me Auntie.
Auntie Yaga.
Auntie Yaga.
Auntie
I'm
Tuka.
okay with it. I'm okay with it.
But, okay, get back to land. That's probably, a good idea. But, should we?
How have you living this long?
Not well. Not easily, and by the skin of my teeth.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I feel that good about leaving the ship. There's far less people here to help guard it now. And whatever condition I'm in, I still feel obligated to help.
Okay,
Can
so
you
try
fix
to...
the ship? Do you have ship-making abilities?
That
Shiny
ship is
boy?
fine. Ship is fine. We can
It has no fucking sail. It's not fine.
we can
less fine ship
sleep
ever.
we can sleep overnight and then at least get it fixed
And
up in the
drift in
morning.
the ship with no sails. That we have no ability to make sail.
There's Stanislav looks up at the other perfectly functional sail on the other mast.
Okay.
PM is one functional?
It is.
I thought-
It is
oh.
a 2-masted ship. So there is a mast that was not lit in flame, though it is a much smaller sail on the front mast. Like you could use it, but you will be crawling along the ocean. Like it'll.
Oh no, it's good enough to get us just back into the port. More so
Oh,
than
yeah,
staying
I
at
mean,
the
you
land.
My
guys-
finger at you and I back up. Back up.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, like you guys are still docked. You're anchored out here in the bay. It's a short row over to the thing. In fact, as you look over, you see the man who was on the dock who rowed you out initially, yet another kind of unnamed red shirt member of the crew, kind of begin rowing up with a boat full of people, like loaded to the brim, and he's just struggling to row in the water with a heavy boat. You see the clearance from the edge of the small rowboat is barely a few inches, and he makes his way up.
Yakers.
And you see a very familiar blue-skinned, green-haired Triton, Sylvos Lightbreeze, the captain of the current, making his way onto the ship and just standing there dumbfounded as he sees the scorch marks, the damage, the bodies of his crew, the sail that's now just hanging in tatters with singeing at the edges. He looks up and he sees all of you. As that's happening, you see, again, a familiar tabaxi with golden fangs, covered in jewelry and gold finery, make his way up behind the captain and take a very similar look. And then, lastly, you see a metallic hand kind of make its way over the edge of the ship, and you see a figure pull himself up. JT, if you would like to step in and take a minute to describe your character, please feel free.
So what you guys see is this tiny little metal hand come up, and it reaches over, and as it climbs up, you see what appears to be a warforge, but incredibly small, only about 3'7".
Oh!
He's very scrawny looking, and where his legs are, you see these he's silverish in color from head to toe, except for his eyes, which are like a neon glowing blue. And then where his legs are, he has like these little almost wheels towards his heel that he kind of scoots around on. He still has feet, but like he scoots around
built-in
on the wheels.
Heelys.
He has built-in Heelys. Oh my god.
Built-in Heelys. And he's just scooting onto the ship.
I love him. I need action figures now.
So you see this figure, almost very familiar and similar in stature to UI, Mr. Maker's unnamed intern companion. Though you can see this model is considerably more advanced and seemingly acting entirely on its own. But he takes a place behind the captain and the first mate, and is kind of taking in the damage with fresh eyes. You don't see a kind of attachment there, and this is not a crewmate who is familiar to you. This is not someone you met on the way over, so it seems to be a new addition to the crew. At that moment, the captain kind of looks at you and... What happened? What happened to my ship?
They came in the night. They came in the night and they hurt us. Don't know why.
You don't know
Pretty
why?
sure I know why.
What do you mean you don't know why? Why were they here?
I'm sorry. I panicked. We kind of know why.
Then tell me.
I look at Stan.
I mean, I'm one of the most wanted men in the Empire. That was the Black Fang Triumvirate. Again.
It wasn't the Triumvirate. That was the Oculi Tacet, the Assassin's Guild.
Yeah.
You know that. You recognize their armor from the last
Right.
time. You just mixed up the game.
Really? That was them.
Quick rewind. You see him just kind of trying to take in the moment, and like see him basically on the verge of tears as several members of his immediate family are now laying dead. He sees the bugbear burnt mostly to a crisp. All the fur completely singed off of his body.
I'm sorry for
sorry.
bringing this to your ship.
I'm so
If you want us
sorry.
to go, we'll go.
JT?
The little robot's gonna look towards the captain, kind of tug on like his small shirt.
Yes.
Damage report. This ship is fucked.
He cracks a smile, like he can't help. Astute as always. I think we could maybe have a look around and see if there's anything you might be able to fix.
I am on it.
Give me a full
He will-
report as soon as
He's
possible.
gonna start wheeling to the little spots where things are damaged, and he's gonna start casting mending.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. So you do manage to fix up some of the bits that were blown up in the explosion, some of the damage to the mast and everything. Granted, it is just burn and just completely singed, not so much like a repair. So you do manage to fix it up and get it to a place where it is sturdy, but there are still singe marks all over the deck of the ship. You can make your way into the bottom, where you find yet another series of dead crewmen, all either laying face down where they were. You see the doctor's office door has been shattered open by an individual coming from the inside. You gather it would be Butcher himself, the doctor, or the previous, now deceased doctor of the crew. You can kind of fix that up with mending as well.
As I go downstairs, you guys just hear, "Holy hell! There's so many dead people."
Should I go down and help him?
Tars, what's your honesty setting?
Oh god. Yes, if you can go be of help there, I believe I have more questions for your golden friend there.
Yeah, I'll go down. I open up the box and the little tiny mouse in blue overalls pops out. We've got some work to do, buddy.
Mending mouse just immediately goes down and starts doing his thing. I don't want to use your character name yet, but you immediately, like, you see this little mouse come over and start helping you mend all the different broken sections of the ship. This tiny little adorable mouse, kind of wearing like a carpentry kind of outfit like you'd see on a carpenter, just with like going around with all these tiny little tools, fixing up whatever he can. Kind of skirts around the dead body that's like face down on the table, dead in its food. And you manage to get the ship to at least a point where all of the damage is fixed up, apart from the massive amount of burning upstairs. But the sail, however, unfixable, will either need to be replaced or yeah. But I love mending this. He makes me so happy. While that's all going on, Mantuka and Stanislav, you guys are still on the...
Some of us feel like we were right, motherfucker.
Oh, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. That was scary. That frightened me.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. So,
Stanislav has just been standing there this whole time, basically with his head down.
Tell me exactly what happened, the whole thing, and tell me why they are after you. We knew you had issues with the Imperium, but a guild of assassins is an entirely other issue.
Well, to be honest, before I woke up with a blade through my stomach, I wasn't aware they were even here. We took the fight to them and did the best we could, but I mean, they were quite powerful.
Were my men dead before, or did they die fighting?
DM, some were dead before, but some fought with us, right?
The only
bugbear
one you saw fight
right?
with you was the bugbear. Every other crewmate on board was found dead.
The good doctor fought with us. Other than that, it was just him.
So slaughtered in the night like vermin. Well. We had a deal. And we'll take you back, but it'll be slow going with one sail. And if you don't mind, I'd like to give my men a proper send-off in the morning.
Of course, I mean, if I could help you get a new sail, I'd be more than happy to help. If that's even
try
possible.
To find one. You can try in town, but it's unlikely.
I'll at least try my
It's a
best.
little longer to get back, but if you can find something in the morning, that would be a start. And perhaps you could say a few words.
Of course.
You're the only holy man on board.
Of course.
I need to get in touch with some people. I will, I'll see you in the morning. I will, pretty short on crewmen now, but I'll have whoever's available keep watch. Get some rest, you need it. Kind of leans over to Goldtooth. Keep an eye on things while I'm gone. He heads down to his captain's quarters, and you hear the door close and latch behind him as he does. Goldtooth immediately starts kind of making his way around the ship. You two, get him. You two, and you start just directing people to bodies to get them prepared, and they kind of lay out all the corpses in the middle of the ship. You see one guy kind of fish the body of the quartermaster, the dwarven individual, out of the ocean. This kind of looks like the sharks have kind of been going at him a bit, but they do manage to get him up on board and lay him out over the deck. Harness divine power. Say what?
Just getting a spell slot back. I'm
Okay.
using channel divinity instead to get that back.
Is that an eyeball? Are you holding an eyeball right now, Peter?
I'm keeping an eye on the situation.
God,
An ingredient.
I didn't know Baba Yaga was a middle-aged dad. You
Yeah,
just
that's
eat
Very
it.
fluent accent, okay? Very fluent, like my lust for you.
It's just the bad pun was the middle-aged dad part. So Goldtooth immediately starts going to work, getting the people all to their positions and preparing all the bodies and everything. Is there anything you guys would like to do in the meantime before you get the rest of your night's rest? That's entirely up to you. JT as well. You're kind of at this point just working around in the basement with this small kind of not poor-looking boy, but definitely like very plainly robed, not very flashily dressed individual who pulled this tiny mouse of what looks like a small toy box on his waist.
Holy fuck! It's a magic vermin!
Yeah, that's the best description I've heard for them. Yeah. They're called mending mouse. They're really good at fixing things. Probably not
Mouse
as good as
kinda
you.
Looks up at you a little indignantly as you refer to him as vermin.
Hello,
Oh.
new friend. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I stared directly at the mouse, waiting for the mouse to answer me.
They
Well
can't
said.
talk. Oh. Okay. That's a development.
I
Interesting.
lean into Gregory. I don't know what he said. And I wheel up.
That tracks. Yeah, yep. Okay, you just keep fixing that, buddy. I'm just gonna,
Mouse looks a little perturbed now.
yeah. Hi, metal friend. I'm Gregory. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Gregory. I am the fully autonomous pirate.
You fucker.
You fully autonomous. What was that again?
I am the fully autonomous pirate.
Pirate. Fully autonomous. Cool. Right.
It is nice to meet you, small child.
Adolescent child. It's nice to meet you too. What are you? You're really interesting.
Well, I was made by my creator about over 100 years ago.
Wow.
I don't know what I am outside of being a pirate.
A pirate. Every pirate I've ever met has been very scary and have scared me. You don't scare me.
That is because I am a friendly pirate.
Is that what autonomous means?
I do not know.
Maybe we can find out together someday or something. You want to be friends, maybe?
Of course, I would love to be friends. We can be best buddies.
I'm more like Maker every day. This is great. Wonderful. Did you want to stay on the ship tonight? We're gonna go to bed soon.
I believe it is my duty to be on the ship.
That works out great. Maybe you can stay in our room with us.
Perhaps I will ask Goldtooth.
I don't know who that is, but sure, yeah, that's the guy upstairs, right?
It's the first
Yeah.
mate, yeah. Yeah, you're quite familiar. He's a tabaxi and he's just covered in gold. He's very
Greg's
flashy.
just so excited he forgot. Yeah, sure. Ask whoever you need to. This is so cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll keep working here for a little bit though, I guess. And oh, Mending Mouse, come on, you can't look so like that. I will never replace you.
Indeed, I must finish damage report.
Yes, Babatuka,
Okay.
you've had your hand up for a moment there. What's up?
I love the fat bot so much.
The big bull would like to rest while they yimmer
Okay.
and simmer.
Okay, I'm go ahead and get. Are you resting anywhere in
Yimmer,
particular? Or
wagga,
you
yimmer.
just where's the plan here, Baba Yaga?
Out of the way.
There's
So
a couple
wherever
spots.
wherever
There's
they're doing, like, you know, wherever they're, it's the less intrusive. That I might
probably
or might not
at this
get
point
stabbed.
you have all of the hammocks and stuff, but several of them are now just soaked with blood, particularly the front set.
I wouldn't sleep
just-
in those ones then.
Yeah,
silly.
those would be pretty. But there are definitely like others
Baba
in the
Yaga
back
will.
you kind of work your way into. Eventually, Fap and Gregory, you finish up downstairs, and you finish up the repairs. You have the full damage report. Some light damage down here, but most of it is on the top deck, as you saw. That's why I didn't.
It's
call it
not
Fap
claptrap,
the whole
it's
time.
fap trap.
It's Fap Trap. There you go. God damn it. God damn it.
I think after getting the damage report, he would just go, let Goldtooth know what he found.
Okay. Easily done. You pop back. You kind of walk up to Goto, and he's like, "Hey, what do you want?"
I have the damage report.
Oh.
Downstairs is mostly okay. However, up here it appears to be completely fucked.
Got it. Thanks, Fap. He gives you a little tap on your little robot head.
I recommend not keeping it this way.
You got any suggestions?
You need a new sail.
He's like expecting more from you, but like there's nothing else. He's like, "New sail. Got it." He kind of just like puts his eyes down and just turns back to what he's. Hear that, guys? We need a new sail. He just starts yelling to
Indeed.
no one in particular. Mantuka. I don't understand what Baba Yaga's doing. Baba Yaga is scaring me.
I guess while they're doing this,
Get out the fucking ship! No, we'll stay here forever without that fucking sail.
why do your eyes look so blue?
I naturally have blue eyes. Like, I don't have like any makeup on or anything. I'm just fucking this
They
stunning.
look so accentuated.
The dead face really brings out the eyes.
I'm gonna gather up the bodies and I'm gonna basically have like an Etsy funeral for them in the best style that I've.
An Etsy funeral.
Yes, an Etsy funeral.
I don't know what you
It's
said.
Camera zone.
At sea
at
funeral.
sea
Yeah, but it
funeral.
sounded like an Etsy funeral. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Funeral at sea.
I know. I got
I heard
you.
Etsy too, and I was like
Yeah.
cute knickknacks and stuff.
Yeah, like you're getting arts
should
and
have-
crafts for the
You should
funeral.
have a wish funeral and just fucking
I'm
take them
gonna-
off the side of the fucking
I'm gonna-
boat and let sharks eat them.
I'm gonna cast ceremony as I do
Aw.
this, and it's gonna be like a whole hour long thing.
Okay.
And for the buff for it specifically, I'm gonna give it to the bugbear. Basically,
Okay.
it just can't come undead for a week.
Okay.
Smart.
You spend the time.
Oh, that'd be
kind of
scary.
preparing the bodies while Goldtooth kind of watches from up on the deck by the wheel. Just nods at you silently as you finish up.
And it's
So the
basically
captain
everything that I
will-
learned from that he's learned from his training back when we did that thing in Southwatch for
Mhm.
a couple of weeks.
You're downtown.
Mhm.
Get some rest. You'll need it.
All right, thank you.
See you in the morning. You go back about
Okay.
their business. What's up, fully autonomous pirate?
Stanny heads downstairs to grab some rack.
Cool. Yeah, there's
You'll-
definitely free bunks now, considering all the people who will not be filling them.
He will wheel his way over to Goldtooth again. Excuse me, sir.
G'day.
The child wants to know if I can bunk with them.
Unless you got a line on some private rooms. Yeah.
Very well. I will. Proceed.
Goldtooth he's kind of lost, like the captain is. He's taking it pretty hard, but he just kind of nods his approval and waves you off.
Is there anything else I can assist with?
You got any booze?
Let me check. And he opens a compartment in his stomach. It does not appear so.
Go find me some.
He will put like a salute. Very well.
Nods at you.
I go find booze.
Easily done. You kind of come back up with a bottle around me, just nods and takes it, pops the cork, and starts sipping, kind of leaning next to the wheel, just looking out over the boat and over the sea, kind of keeping an eye on things. So I'm guessing as a Warforged you don't need to sleep per se, but you feel free to.
I believe
Correct.
You get like a 4
that
hour
I have to
down
enter
mode.
stasis.
You get like 4 hour stasis mode, right?
Yeah, I have to spend at least 6 hours inactive and motionless.
Okay.
6 hours. Okay.
I am completely aware of everything, but
So
I
creepy.
still have to be
That would be
inactive.
horrible. Okay.
An
Easily
animatronic at night.
Oh no. You make your way down and you find the rest of the crew. All getting ready for their sleep. The rest of the people came in off the boat. You see them kind of settling into whatever spots are left available. It seems like they came back with Fap. The chef, Sousa, returned. And a few other new faces that they were kind of replenishing the ranks with, who are definitely going to be stepping into bigger positions sooner or later. But they kind of all settle in. You all get a bunk to yourself, kind of take down the bloody knife hold ones, because like when they stabbed you, it went right through. And you kind of dispose of those, and I'll tuck in for a night's rest. Fully autonomous pirate, you can either sleep in one of the bunks or kind of set up however you want to near there, as you don't conventionally sleep. But
I think he goes to whatever bunk Gregory goes to, and then he just stands at like attention next to it and just powers down.
Gregory, as you're laying there, fully autonomous pirate, just marches over, looks down at you with these neon eyes, and then they just fade as he goes into a stasis mode.
Sick.
This is the best night of my life.
They kind of glow, like they have like a faint kind of pulse to them, where they just lightly brighten, not enough to even keep you awake. Yeah, basically, like
This is coastal. I'm never gonna sleep this well again.
and you can all go ahead and hit that long rest button.
All of a sudden, it starts lightly raining. A fireplace randomly apparates next to you. Some soft jazz music.
It's getting romantic with the robot in here, dude. Damn. So, you all awaken the following morning. Mantuka, you kind of roll yourself awake in your hammock and look around at your party. There is no knife sticking out of your chest. Definitely managed to get a full night's rest without anyone stabbing you. So that's a plus. The rest of the party, you all kind of awaken at the same time as the sun kind of begins to creep through the little slits in the deck that got through. Kind of waking you all up. You hear the chef already beginning to prepare the morning breakfast, which today you can very clearly smell some kind of bacon cooking. It's so terrifying. You're so beautiful, Baba Yaga. So beautiful. What would you all like to do? What would you all like to do as you awaken the following morning?
I'm gonna wake up a little early and try and get permission or get the dwarf to take me back over to the mainland, the rower.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
He's a dwarf, right?
Yes, if memory serves.
Okay.
Yes, kind of an older, husky, not super polite dwarf, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
You guys get up early as the sun's just coming up.
Yeah.
You see the captain's already out on deck. We'll be a little bit longer if you need some more time. Go deal with the sail situation. We'll have the service when we get back.
Of course.
Good.
And so Danny's gonna go try and find a sail.
He's kind of going over some maps with Goldtooth at the moment, already beginning to kind of plan their voyage back and what might be the best route with only one sail. among other things. But you kind of hop onto the boat. The dwarf's already there waiting for you. He looks like he just came back from bringing someone back from the inn this morning. Kind of nods at you as you get in. He just begins rowing his way over silently. Still kind of got the sleep in his eyes. Every now and again he has to stop and just like rub it out. And keeps rowing. Eventually you find yourself back on deck. The local fishermen are already beginning to head out to their ships and prepare to leave just as the sun's rising and everything. It is already a pretty bustling dockyard here.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking
for? Wherever ship supplies are sold, be it repair materials or whatever.
Ships are ass.
And he needs a sail.
Okay, so in terms of stuff, there's not like a ship right here per se, but there are a few companies that run their own boats and vessels out of here. There are supplies. So okay. I would say roll me.
Okay, I'll just ask around then, basically.
Yeah, so I will say for that, if you're asking, just roll me a straight up persuasion check. And we'll just see like how effectively you manage to suss out the information you're after.
Guidance myself as well.
Sure. Probably not going to need it. Probably not going to need it with that.
I literally just slash guidanced. It didn't work. Yeah, so 21.
21, jeez. Easily enough.
Also, Stanny probably has no idea, but he would like to try and figure out how much a sail is worth before he tries to barter for one.
Not a bad idea.
So actually, on the way over, he'll ask the dwarf if he knows.
He looks at you, he's like, oh fuck if I know. I don't spend the money, I just row the boat.
Very fair.
Easy job. I like it.
I don't know, I just work here.
Yeah, basic. He's the definition of like, I don't know, I just work here.
Cool.
Okay. In terms of what you'd expect, not necessarily cheap. It's like you get the fabric, then you wax the fabric and prepare the fabric so it's sea safe and everything. So it is a process, but it's doable for probably a decent chunk of money.
Are we talking about like 50 gold type of money or like hundreds of gold type of money?
In the hundreds.
Good.
Low hundreds, but hundreds.
Good. Okay. It's fine. I don't have nearly that much money.
Okay. Eventually you are led to a kind of older gentleman who's looks like he's just working in a warehouse currently. He's got some like sailing gear that he has out. He has a sail that you can see he's been stitching. Has a rather large tear in it. Looks like he's been working on it and kind of repairing it for the company, not so much to sell. But you do see a few other sails kind of draped over stuff. It looks like they're at least supplied to repair and refresh their own ships. So easily doable. He's older. He's an older gentleman. He's got a bit of a scraggly, kind of disheveled, straw-like beard. This gray, long hair that's kind of greased back behind the ears from just years of working at sea and not the best personal hygiene. You can smell him as you kind of get up close. He's got kind of a musty BO smell to him. He's just very much in his work. He looks up. Hello. What can I do for you?
Hello there. I was on board a ship last night, and we had an unfortunate accident, and ended up losing one of our sails.
Oh, we heard about the fire. We were wondering what was going on there.
Oh, just a bit of crew negligence. You know how it can get rowdy aboard ships sometimes.
Yeah, these young sailors these days, they don't really understand the old way of things. It's a different generation. It's a generational thing.
Definitely. Yeah, so I was wondering if perhaps you had something that I could purchase from you. Maybe something used, not in the greatest of shape, but would work.
How big?
Stanley kind of just looks out at the port to the ship.
He kind of rolls his eyes for a minute as you struggle to come up with an answer and like shuffles his way off the chair. You do see his leg has been mostly has been amputated just below the knee, and he's walking on a fairly well-made but simple peg leg. He kind of walks his way over to the edge and looks out. We might have something for you. Might take a bit to get it out of storage, but
I could help if you needed.
Oh, that would be just fine. Perhaps. Well, it is used. It's not in the best shape. Let's go have a look, and we'll discuss a price. And he leads you over to kind of this back area and just opens up a door, and there's this kind of poorly made wooden staircase that goes down into an underground storage area beneath the cellar. Now, this was part of a ship that sunk. It's kind of musty, and we recovered it from the wreck, but size-wise, it should suit your purpose just fine. And he leads you down into this room.
Perfectly fine.
You see like some storage of like different shipping goods that they bring out on journeys, different like food and fresh water barrels and stuff like that as well. And he leads you over to what is just a pile of bundled up fabric stuffed in a corner, kind of haphazardly, not really cared for. Oh, that would be it right there. If you don't mind. And he kind of grabs a corner and gestures at you to kind of grab one of the other ones so he can pull it out a bit and show you the size of it.
Stanley goes to pull the whole thing out himself.
It's big enough it fills most of the basement. He just kind of wanted to show you some of it. It's a big sale, right? But as he does, roll me a Constitution saving or a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom save?
Wisdom save, yes.
Most interesting. Only 13. It's not very good.
Okay. It's not a big deal. But you, as you begin pulling this thing out, you start to kind of feel strange. You start to kind of itch in a couple places, and you begin to panic, and you look down and see that as you've pulled it out, you have just unleashed a swarm of insects that had been nestled in the dampness in the corner. There are spiders just beginning to crawl up your arm, and you kind of have to shake them off. You manage to shake any kind of fear or anything. You are a paladin as well. So I guess...
I'm immune to fear.
Yeah, you're immune to fear. And you kind of just look down at these spiders all over you. Meanwhile, the older gentleman is just like frantically patting these bugs off of himself. That's fine. I don't believe we need to touch that anymore.
Yep, I think I agree. As Stanislav flexes and most of the bugs just fly off.
I love Impressive. So, since it is used and not in the best condition, I'd be willing to part with it for, say, 200 gold pieces.
Oh my. I'm not a wealthy man. I don't quite have that much on me.
What do you have on you?
If only Mr. Maker was here, I would go and ask him to make this guy a prosthetic leg.
That doesn't just work on everybody. You can't just make people prosthetic limbs all the time when you need
It's our get out of jail free card.
That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. Dude.
What are you talking about? Philanthropy?
We're helping.
I have... and he takes out his coin purse and dumps it out, and there's 83 gold and 53 silver there. Unfortunately, that's all I have.
A little short, I'm afraid.
Begins to lower pace.
Tell you what. I've got a delivery that one of our ships was supposed to make. Unfortunately, that ship is delayed in its return, and is not quite time sensitive, but the sooner the better, you understand. So if you're willing to make a parcel delivery for me, perhaps we can come to an arrangement.
All right. Where is it supposed to go?
He kind of shuffles back up the stairs, comes down with a clipboard. Pillarstone, just across the bay.
I actually don't think that would be a problem. NDM, if I remember right, this ship makes trips between Pillarstone and
frequently. Yeah. Oh, yeah, very frequently. It travels around that coast per se. It doesn't necessarily dock in Pillarstone all that often, but it's definitely like a doable stop for it.
I think that can be arranged.
All right.
Everything you've got there in the sale is yours. It's a rather big package. I'll have the lads bring it by your ship in a couple hours.
All right. Thank you so much for this. I don't know what to say. I'm very gracious.
Thank you for taking that delivery, no questions asked. And he just reaches out a kind of frail, old, sea-weathered skin hand to shake with you, and briefly shakes your hand. And kind of shuffles his way back upstairs.
He's going to try and solo bomb this sail.
Good luck getting the sail out, young man. You just lift with your back. Lift with your back, you'll be fine.
Fuck you.
But not your back, Stan.
Jerking, wrenching motion.
Okay, so you're gonna try to bring this massive, 40-foot wide sail?
For those of you who don't know, chat, the only reason I'm here is because I hurt my back today.
I forgot about...
Yeah.
I was so engrossed in the character. I wasn't making fun of you. They were.
I was.
Yes, I know. Yeah, Stanny's gonna try and somehow...
I'm just high.
Okay, it's a 40-foot wide, 40-foot, 50-foot tall sail. It's pretty fucking big.
Didn't it fold it up?
It is. It's piled.
Oh. Stanny thinks about how he's gonna do this, and then just is like, oh, right. Cash, I need your help. He mentally calls out to his horse with a cart still attached to him. Somewhere?
Just looking at the size. 20, 25, 30, 35 feet across. Okay, so not so bad. Still fucking massive, and it's kind of just bundled in a corner. It's not rolled, it's not folded. It is just a pile of shit in the corner.
Yes, if I can, I'll try and roll or fold it, whichever's easier, and I'll take out a rope and tie it around afterwards.
Just start rolling it. It's roll me an athletics check. It is just a heavy wax-coated cloth as you're trying to just fold it onto itself and get it all rolled up and everything.
23.
Easily done. So it's literally, you get it rolled, and it is a 35-foot long, basically carpet roll at this point. And you kind of grab one end and start hauling it up the stairs, one coil at a time.
I'm gonna half that and then tie my 50 foot of rope around it and then haul it like that.
Okay, easily done, or not easily. It is a fucking workout.
Yeah.
At one point, the old man kind of opens up the second door, and you can see it is quite wide. And he lowers a pulley down for you to help lift it out, and you get it up onto the pulley system. He pulls some ropes and begins taking it out of the basement. And back up onto the thing, and then Ikesh is just waiting for you there. I assume you're gonna tie it up to Ikesh, and the two of you just gonna haul it back.
Isn't he attached to the cart? I don't think I ever detached him from the cart.
He is technically still attached to the cart, yes.
Yeah, just toss it in the cart, bring it back down to the dock.
Easily done. You arrive back at the dock. The guy in the rowboat kind of... He's a little puzzled about how to get that thing back.
I think the ship has to come to it. I don't think that... It's bigger than the rowboat.
That's a bit of a problem.
They have one sail. I'm sure they can make it here.
Well, it's not the sail that's the problem. It's the shallows.
Right.
Why do you think we all use rowboats?
Right. I mean, we could go get Gregory and he could summon some water creatures to pull it through the water.
That's possible. We could just tow it out that way. Alright. I don't know if I'm that strong, I'll be honest with you. There's a big pile of cloth. That is several pounds of cloth.
I think 3 great white sharks will be enough.
He's a little stumped.
Are they great whites? I don't know. They were big sharks. Let's go get Gregory.
Would you say Gregory then? Alright.
Yes, the little blonde kid.
Okay. And he starts rowing out. I'll be right back. You just keep an eye on that for us, huh? And he just rows Gregory. After about a couple minutes, you see this kind of disheveled dwarf figure make his way on the boat, start asking around, and eventually find you. Need your help with something?
Oh, okay, sure.
Something big and heavy.
Are you sure you're asking the right person?
That's just what I was told.
By My who?
The shiny one.
Oh, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Come in.
Mantuka, as he kind of walks past you, gonna need your help too. It's gonna be pretty big. You're gonna have to haul it on board. Just stay close.
I feel like if we would have talked about this beforehand, I got a lot of the ducks in the same row. Yeah. I'll be here.
Shut up, Meg.
Shut up, Meg. He quickly rows Gregory back out to you. I'm gonna head back to the ship.
Okay.
Good luck. And he just starts rowing out before the sharks appear. He's a little uncomfortable about being around a bunch of great white sharks. And eventually rows, and you see them kind of pull the boat up onto the ship and reattach it.
Stanley now thinks about how he's supposed to get back to the ship, but is going to worry about that after we deal with his sail. Hey, Gregory, I got a sail for the ship, but
Oh, cool.
Yeah, can you do that shark thing again, except have them pull the sail over to the ship through the water?
Right.
Or something like that?
Yeah, let's try.
Maybe you're big snake boys?
Something like a snake. So, Gregory pulls out a white shifting bone mask, and a chunk of it just breaks right off of it, throws it into the water. He just says, something that'll be able to swim and keep this above the water, and maybe bring us with them, please. And at 5th level, I'd like to cast Conjure Animals.
Yeah.
And okay. I'd like to make 4 giant octopuses.
Giant octopussy?
Octopi.
Octopi. All right, easily done.
Octopussy?
So, Stanny,
This game's a fun movie.
It's the first time I've ever heard Ryan use the word pussy in my life.
Octobussy.
There we go.
Nailed it.
I'm so moist.
That's more inclusive.
We love being inclusive. Shout out being inclusive. So,
no.
You watch as these 4 giant octopi just appear in the middle of the fucking... I'm assuming that's the plural. That fucking seems right to me. I'm gonna go with that.
That is actually the plural,
just appear and begin kind of making their way in the shallows. And like looking down into the water now that you're seeing it in the daytime, it is not very deep. You understand why the bigger ships all have to anchor out in the bay a little bit and then have them row back and forth. There is one big loading dock in the deeper part, but that you can see just has 2 Navy ships just parked in it basically until they go out. However,
Daniel, just take the pull the sail out of the back of the cart and just kind of toss it in the water towards the squid.
Yeah, you kind of have to like unroll it
Drop
back
it
out
in the
to,
water,
to its full length and everything so they can all get a decent grip on it. I'm gonna say roll me a collective athletics check for these 4 giant octopi at advantage.
Can I reach down and high five them and guidance this? Because it has to be a touch.
Sure. You can touch the octopi as you kind of reach down its tentacles like
I would like to give
just suction cups right to your arm. Oh god.
Oh
god, he's rubbing his nips. Oh wow. You did so good. You did so good.
And guidance, did you say?
Yeah, guidance might get you up to a 10 if you're lucky.
Or an 11.
Let's go!
Thank God.
Are you at disadvantage?
He was at advantage.
Man.
Yeah, so
Jesus.
it would be 11. Yeah. So it
Pussy always have that problem.
It is slow going. It is very slow moving. Your little team of octopi make their way out into the deeper oceans, and immediately you see the sail sink and go under, and then just barely break the surface and come back up, and just slowly inching its way towards the boat. A lot slower than you were hoping for. It gets about halfway. Give me another athletics check, also at advantage.
Without guidance this time, though, because I can't touch them.
13's enough.
Better.
It is still slow. It is not
Much better.
22. They pick up speed about halfway. You gather it was like maybe hard swimming in the shallows with this big heavy thing on their back, but once they hit open water, they just kind of take off, and within a couple minutes, the sail is kind of lined up along the edge of the ship, and you see some of the crew lowering ropes to hook around it and begin pulling it up. Mantuka, you're handed a rope that's been slung around it. A couple people swim in underneath so they can get the rope under and pass it back up. So you're basically given a loop of rope. I guess, yeah, the octopus and Stanny can't do much from where they are. So Mantuka, it's going to be you leading this because you're the strongest person on board. So go ahead and roll me an athletics check with advantage as you attempt with your crew of people. You see Goldtooth and Sylvos both have a bundle of ropes themselves, and they're all helping you pull this sail out of the water. Go ahead and athletics check for me.
Athletics check. All right.
23. That'll do. So it takes a bit, and it is heavy. Like, the sail is already pretty damn heavy just being by itself. But having it be just in the water as you're pulling it out, water is running off the wax-coated cloth and back into the ocean. But it is slow going, and it takes you a couple minutes. But after a while, you get the whole sail up on board, and it's still damp, and it's just dripping water onto the deck as you stand there, having successfully got it aboard.
Man, Duke is kind of amazing.
And he's just standing there watching this with a large amount of impressment, and if that's even a word. It kind of looks at Greg, and he's like, how do you think they would do this if they, couldn't make octopuses like that?
Not easily.
My culture calls it communication. We talk beforehand, form a plan, and then fucking act.
You're on the boat.
I think Mantuka just said that just randomly. It's one of those things he just, he shouts things at us sometimes.
Ranting it loud.
Yeah, to motivate us, he says, but I really don't know sometimes.
I know my vest came on.
Well, Gregory, can your octopus friends bring us their ship too? That would be fun.
Honestly, yeah, that would be great. If they got a 60-foot swim speed, can they circle back around and come get us?
Oh yeah, easily enough time for that.
Yes.
So they come grab you, and you get. Okay, so there's 4 octopi. How are you guys doing this exactly? I need you guys to paint me a picture of how these octopi are bringing you back to the boat. Just because
I like to think that they're all using 2 tentacles, and they're breaching the top of the water slightly, and they're just kind of creating like a pie crosshatch pattern, okay. like a lattice fence, and we're both just kind of awkwardly laying on it,
okay,
like a catamaran.
Just water skiing your way.
A really squishy catamaran.
Yeah. We both kind of have to spoon a little bit because that's just the way it works. That's the way it works.
What's up, Fap?
As they approach on the octopi, Fap's gonna go to the edge.
The octopus rap, yep.
And he's gonna look at them approaching, and he's gonna say, "Look out, new friends! There are giant octopuses in the water."
You see some of the sailors grab some stuff, and then see it's Gregory and Stanislav. Calm down. Yeah. You guys pull up to the boat, kind of climb your way on, and you find yourselves now just sort of like the length of the sail is enough to cover like the entire bottom half of the deck here. And it's just kind of dripping water onto the deck. The captain pretty quickly jumps into gear. He's like, "Right, we got everyone aboard. If you don't mind, I'm going to need all of you to help us get that strung back up."
Stanislav quickly runs over to the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I got the sail. I didn't pay a lot for it, but I did agree to take a delivery to Pillarstone.
All right. What is it?
I didn't ask.
So you've agreed to take a parcel of unknown goods on my ship into one of the most heavily guarded ports in the Imperium.
Probably vampires.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Stanislav is like processing the monumentality of his stupidity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you guys just keep giving me surprises, don't you?
I mean, unless we can get just a little bit more gold for it. And then we probably wouldn't have to take the delivery.
Captain, if I may.
Yep.
We already have the sail. Now we will also have the cargo.
And?
Aren't we pirates?
you're a pirate, and your skills are invaluable to us. We're very happy to have you on board, but not quite.
Can I keep the cargo?
I dare say we might want to check what the cargo is. If it's something of value, perhaps.
Hooray! And you're gonna see his hand go into itself, almost, and it forms like this hole. And he's gonna aim it up in the sky, and he's gonna cast color spray, so it sprays out in confetti.
A little confetti blast.
Yeah.
Go gadget, confetti cannon hand.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
T-shirt cannon.
Mardi Gras!
Ding 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 ding
60-10. Okay, so roll your 60-10. Oh, no one's in the cone. You're good. You're fine. That would be funny, though. That would be hilarious.
This will be my first haul as a free, autonomous pirate.
Privateer. Smuggler. Not quite a pirate. We don't steal things. We sell things that have been stolen. You understand.
Should I rename myself as free, autonomous smuggler?
It doesn't have quite the same ring to it, I'm afraid. I think we keep it as is, and occasionally, when we need to engage in acts of piracy, and we'll consult with you. For now,
understood.
Let's find out what it is we are meant to transport, shall we?
Of course. I can take the lead on that if you'd like.
Well, you said he'd be sending it by with his men soon.
Apparently, it was rather large. Can't imagine it would be as big as a sail, though.
Hopefully not. Let's see if we can't get the sail up before we have to deal with anything else. Then, yes. So,
sure.
I'm going to need all of your help for this. Gregory, Autonomous. I'll just call you Otto for short. Fap. If you could both go up the mast and help up there, getting things strung up that way. Mantuka and Stanislav, I will need your assistance with lifting everything into place.
It is so refreshing to be used for my strength for once instead of my hexes and my vexes and my reading. Just for once, strengthen my muscles a bit.
I was elected to lead, not to read.
So,
excuse me, Captain.
Yes, Fap.
Might I add that I am an over 200-pound hunk of metal. I am very fucking heavy. And if I fall from the top, there will be a hole bigger than a kraken's ass.
Have you met the Kraken before?
I don't.
Seen one?
We don't ask questions. Well, unless you see anyone who's lighter than you. He looks at the 300-pound Minotaur, the 250+ pound Stanislav.
230.
230. Okay, maybe. If someone else would like to volunteer, I'm open to taking suggestions.
Otto will look around at the various remaining crew members that are here. I assume about half of them are lighter than I.
Very well.
No, wait, Fap, don't worry about it. And Gregory opens up the box and a tiny bird with giant man arms pops out, goes over, lifts Gregory into the air, and throws him up, and he just starts floating. And I'd like to cast Fly at 4th level, and so the bird goes over to Fap and just takes a second and then picks him up and throws him into the air.
Fap, you
and
immediately take off and you're just
both of us.
Floating. Just a floating robot in the air.
We can fly now, Fap! This is how we were meant to be.
I remember when I could fly. But currently
Do
not.
you remember?
Oh my god! I am in the air.
Yeah, this is
I
great,
must
isn't
have
it?
wings.
Now
What
you're
a
a flying
fucking
autonomous pirate.
development.
But come on, this only lasts for like 10 minutes, so we should go up there now, buddy. Come on.
Okay, so basically they get ropes through the corner of the sails where there's large holes that have been cut and like protected with a metal ring that's been inserted inside of it, and the sail's been sewn into that. They get 2 ropes in there so you guys can bring it up to the pulleys on top, so they can haul the sail up. That's easily done, not really any checks needed for that, as you guys aren't doing any actual lifting of the sail yourselves. However, whereas I'll say both of you are not used to doing tasks while flying yet, I need dexterity checks from both of you to just kind of maintain your flight and get this task done efficiently without falling or, you know, having any issue. 9. Wow, you guys are on fire. We got that bomb rolls today. A natural 1. Love that. So you're like,
no.
you're not used to the feeling. You don't know how to control your flight. Gregory, you managed to get yours looped into the pulleys easily enough, and there's just a rope dangling down that the crew begin to tie off to other things. So when they're ready to haul the sail, they can. But Fap just kind of not being used to the controls very much, like on Willy Wonka when they drink the fizzy juice and then float. Like he just kind of goes past the sail where he was trying to affix the rope and is just holding this rope and floating into the sky a little bit.
You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. One of the crew
Get
members
nothing.
Goldtooth quickly runs over to the rope that you're holding, Fap, and just grabs it and starts pulling you back down towards the thing. So it takes you an extra 5 minutes, but eventually you get back down and you manage to get everything roped up as you need to. And then Stanislav and Mantuka, or Babatuka, I'm sorry, need you guys to assist with lifting the sail into place and binding it to the bottom part of the mast and everything, and getting that. So athletics checks from both of you, as you're both on separate ends.
We're athletic.
I'll guidance Mantuka.
Okay. Easy. Easily done.
I'm an athlete.
Okay, there you go. Between the two of you, you get the sail lifted fairly easily, get everything looped up and roped up as it needs to be, and then grab the 2 ropes that Gregory and Fap had loosed up, and give it like a test pull to make sure everything slides, and like the sail begins to go up about halfway, and you just let it drop and settle it in and tie off all the ropes. And you are now the proud owners of a worn but functional sail. It's kind of yellowed over time. It's got like little bits of barnacles and stuff growing in a couple of corners from where it had been just sitting in the ocean water in the shipwreck until it had been recovered. But you guys are now the crew of a fully functioning sailing vessel. It takes you about half the morning to get all that work done. And by that time, you notice a rather large wooden box has been brought to the dock.
It looks like it's for us.
Mm-hmm. It's loaded into like essentially a barge behind a row. Like it's loaded onto a floating barge that then affixes to the back of the rowboat, and the guy begins rowing it out. The captain sees it. A little bigger than I was expecting. It's not going to fit below deck, so it'd have to go up top. That's all right with you guys. I could use I'll be honest, you two are the muscle now. And he looks at Stanislav and Mantuka. Used to be the doctor. So if you don't mind, and they kind of like hook 2 hooks to either side, where you see there's like these 2 rings have been welded onto the metal casing around the box. It's fairly large. It's about the size of probably about like 5 foot wide and 3 feet tall. It looks like it probably holds something pretty valuable, and it is heavy. Even as you begin to put a little tension on the pulleys that like they hooked into it, even with that, it is a pretty substantial lift. So one of you is going to need to lift it, and the other is going to need to guide it. So one of you is going to be doing an athletics check. The other is going to be doing it's not acrobatics, but it is a dex-based check. So someone's going to be rolling athletics, someone's going to be rolling dexterity. You guys can choose between yourselves who wants to do what.
Essentially, one guy pulls it up on the pulleys, the other guides it to the center of the ship and kind of has this hoist arm that swings over.
I feel like the big guy's a pull up and down kind of guy.
What's your dex?
And for the record, I think this is sarcophagus and something dead's gonna kill us. My dex is a +2.
Okay, I'll do the dex thing. I'll guide.
Oh, yet again, Auntie's right, eh? Eat that humble soup. Yes.
What's up, Liz?
So
How's it
DM.
going? Welcome in. What up?
Yeah, Mantuka's gonna pull. I will guide.
Okay. So, athletics from Mantuka, dexterity check from Stanislav, please. How's it going, Liz? Hope you're having a good night. We got the full pirate attire on. I'm digging it.
Dirty 20 and guidance unused.
No, yes, me this time. So 13
okay,
for
so
me.
dirty 20. You managed to haul it up, and just you, like, it is absolutely heavy. Definitely stone or something inside of this. It is substantially heavier than you expected it to be. And then with some help from Stanislav, not as much as you would have hoped, manages to slowly get it set out into the middle of the ship and lowered down. It takes a couple tries to get the positioning right so it fits snugly with all the other cargo on deck, but eventually you do manage to do so. And it is, about 5 feet by 3 feet. It's fairly long box. Nothing too special about it. It has a metal bind around the top and bottom, keeping the pieces in, and there is a padlock that has been locked up on it. Rocking it for sure.
And he looks at the captain and says,
stuff.
"Do you think we should try and figure out what it is?"
It's your contract. FAP.
It would appear my treasure is now on board. Let us find out what it is.
Your treasure. This is your ship now, then, eh?
This is not my ship. But we agreed I could have it if valuable.
If valuable. So, are you going to open it up?
Not yet. Stanny's going to do some hand motions and cast Detect Magic first.
Nothing magical that you can tell at all.
Okay.
Just getting into bed. Hell yeah. I hope you get cozy rest. Read yourself a nice book.
Unless there's something encased deep within a whole bunch of material in here, there's nothing magical.
Well, let's just all be on alert, just in case.
Apple looked to the captain. Should I enter combat mode?
Probably unnecessary,
I would probably
but
enter combat mode like at all times with this party.
my experience has been the same. If you think it's necessary, be my guest.
Our person who would normally check and pick locks is not yet.
Yeah, Mr. Maker is just out of it. You think almost, or basically dying yesterday, probably took it out of him pretty good, and he chose to sleep in this morning. So he's having a bit of a snooze.
Yeah, Fap, you said it is? Are you any good at picking locks?
I do not have the tools required, but I am very quick.
Oh, I can probably get them. And Stanislav is going to run down and take Mr. Maker's lockpicks from him.
While he's asleep, fair enough. Easily done. Easily done. You snag his...
He's going to kind of just be like, hey, I need these. And he just takes them and makes money. You're feeling good.
World domination. Goes back to sleep.
Money. Good smelling things.
Yeah. Money. Febreze. Money that smells like Febreze. Yeah. That's, if you look in Mr. Maker's dreams, it's just money and murder.
Yep. And Stanny will come back up. I think these will do.
You handed a set of fairly rudimentary thieves' tools.
I will do my best.
Are you proficient in thieves' tools?
Nope.
Okay, so just straight dexterity, please.
Fucking liar.
He said he's very quick. Look at that! There you go. It is not a particularly expensive lock, and a dirty 20 is more than enough. You just take the lock picks, kind of feel your way inside. You've seen people do this. You've been a pirate for most of your robot life. You're familiar with the process. It's in your memory banks, and you quickly just find each pin. And it only took 3, and then the lock just opens up, and you kind of slide it out of the slot.
It is now open.
Alrighty.
Keep ready. Keep ready.
Gonna slide whatever metal banding I need off and slowly open it.
Oh, the band is just around the sides to keep it all. Once you open the lock, you open it up, and you find what is a stone casket, very intricately carved but simple. Nothing too flashy or fancy about it. And right in the center, you see the sigil of the Imperium military.
What is it?
Well, it's or it was somebody important. Probably.
Body?
Once.
Told me.
Oh no.
Bow, bow, bow.
Well, that's interesting.
That's scary is what it is. They gave us a body.
Did we see who it is?
Auntie is so intrigued, even though she's not part of this. Auntie is definitely intrigued.
I mean, you're all there watching this happen. There is just a coffin in a box.
I look to the captain. How much do you think bodies sell for?
It depends how fresh, I guess. Some of the doctors in the
check
bigger cities
for
take
freshness.
recent. I don't know if that's a good idea.
It might not be a bad idea, actually.
It's a dead
be other
body.
That's
things
before
in there.
date.
If you want to open that up, be my guest, but
I suppose that this
content
is
in
no
knowing
treasure.
that it's just as far as we know.
I wouldn't mind figuring out if I know who it is.
Open it up, if you so please.
That's a possibility, isn't it? Right.
Yeah, and he's gonna kind of clear some people back a little bit, just in case.
Yep.
He's gonna put his shield on, and he's gonna kind of get the axe ready, or his hammer ready, with the strap around his wrist, and
Babatuka.
Tuka.
I don't want anything around this, and I'm just gonna go to the back of the ship or the front.
Okay.
Opposite direction of this fucking hubu-jubu.
And yes, Danny's gonna slowly open it after Mantuka gets clear birth.
There.
Okay. You go ahead and start pushing the stone lid open, and it kind of just falls into the side of the wood. And you see the body of a very well-dressed member of the Imperium military, still in his armor, clad basically head to toe in his traditional armor, with several arrow, I guess like just the nubs of the shaft still sticking out from where they were broken off, so he could fit in the coffin. It looks like a man who was killed by several arrows.
Do I recognize the arrows?
Roll me a history check.
Okay. I'll Gregory, come on over here. I don't think there's anything dangerous.
Let me get the smart one to do it. Fap, what's up?
I'm gonna show Gregory as well.
Wow.
I'm gonna guidance you.
Should have dodged.
13.
History?
The arrows do not look professionally made. They're not something that belongs to any professional military. They're pretty haphazardly put together. Even the fletching on it is kind of cheap looking and not particularly good. Gregory very quickly picks up on the fact that these are bandit arrows. You've seen them before in fights. This was an individual who might have been up here and encountered some bandits on his travels, and is now being shipped back to where he belongs.
Did you know him?
DM,
No.
Sandy doesn't recognize.
No, just a younger
No.
man. Probably not much older than Ryan, or than Gregory. Like maybe 18, 19 years old. He's got like a little stubble on the cheek, even though now his skin is like a kind of ghostly gray color. As all of there's just no color left in his skin whatsoever. Looks like he's been dead a little while, and the smell as you open it kind of confirms that. This individual is quite along in the decay process already.
Does Stanley recognize the rank of the individual?
Yeah, he's a sergeant.
If that's even visible. He's a sergeant?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
He was a sergeant.
I thought you meant the rank like the smell.
You recognize the stench, yes, of musk. No, it definitely looks like a sergeant or someone who was in the Imperium military.
No, I don't recognize him. He wasn't even that high ranking.
Okay. Why is he... This is so confusing. Why...
Maybe the child of somebody important? That would be my best guess.
That would be a good guess, yeah. This is sad. And very life-affirming for me.
Better, better, let's get at her.
Yep, I could go at any second. Or next year.
Danny's gonna close the coffin again.
Thank you.
Gonna seal it back up. The smell dissipates with time. You put the lid back on.
Put the lid, lock it back up.
As you do, you notice there is a fairly small envelope that's kind of been tucked into the edge of the wood for you guys. And it's not even, it's basically a folded piece of paper that has all the delivery info. So you were delivering this to someone named Jessar, Jes-SAR, on the Pillarstone docks.
Jafar.
Jessar, not F, not Jafar.
Jafar.
This isn't Aladdin. Fap.
So, you guys will notice that Fap puts his head down, looks real sad as he wheels away. Oh man, there is no fucking treasure.
Maybe next time, little buddy.
Unless you're a necromancer.
Maybe he was sad.
Unless you're
He's very emotional for a robot.
Unless you're a necromancer?
I don't know. Let me try.
Oh.
Stanislav now has a thought. What if they're bringing this body back to get resurrected somehow?
That's also a very possibility.
Babatuka, what was that?
Maybe.
Just a thought.
Why would they want to resurrect that asshole? He died to bandits.
Well, it
Aren't
might
you
not be
really
resurrection.
just a bandit of the sea, my friend?
But I am a strong bandit.
Fair enough.
We could actually voyage and talk. I feel like we're wasting a lot of time. Just sitting here, poking a dead person, 6 sails, and.
All right. Well, no, you're right.
Everything's ready to go. We can leave whenever. We're a little short-staffed.
We can help.
Happy to help, Captain.
Yeah, you'll need to fill in for now, but
Yeah.
maybe in Pillarstone we can find some more crew, or perhaps somewhere a little less Imperium-y.
Yeah. About that, the three of us definitely won't be able to show our faces around there at all. They'll arrest us as soon as they lay our eyes on us.
I got something for you. Don't you worry.
Oh?
Come with me.
All right.
He
Did
leads
you get the captain's joke? He said, short-staffed. I am short and staffed.
I love this little guy. I love him.
He's beginning to grow on me, that's for sure.
Oh, it was
However,
immediate, just fantastic to me.
Please come with me. And he leads you downstairs, and back, like, as you go in, you kind of loop back around the stairs towards the captain's door, and you see the small door where Goldtooth rests for his night, his first mate cabin, which is basically a cupboard under the stairs. He kind of leads you in there and lifts the hammock, and there's a trap door under, and he lifts it up, and you look down into just like the hull part of the ship, this very narrow, very small, confined area. I did say we were smugglers, didn't I?
That's perfect. And I can help make that space invisible to all but the actual eye itself.
That would be very useful when trying to smuggle things into the Imperium, believe me. But for now, I think it will suffice. I've stopped at Pillarstone many times. I don't think there's ever been an issue. So when we're getting in, you lot just make your way down there, and if we're lucky, you'll go unnoticed. He looks at Mantuka. Be a bit of a tight fit for you, I'm afraid, but Sure you can manage it.
I'm mostly frumpy, but it pats down.
Fair enough. You know where
I just
to go.
move a bulge from one side to the other.
If it
I'm
comes
sure
to
he's
it.
the same.
Punky, he's fluffy.
Fair enough. Make
Thanks
your way
for
down
that,
here,
Captain.
and when it's... No, don't mention it. I don't suppose there's any other ancient guilds of killers after you that I need to know about, or is it just the one?
Oh, basically everyone, the whole Imperium and everyone associating with them. You know,
Right.
normal stuff.
Love that. Wonderful. Very, very good. Well, that being said, I believe it's time for the two strong ones here to lift the sail so we can make our way out of here.
Can I
Up
think
to
for
it.
a sec? Aye, Captain.
He looks at Mantuka.
Like pick up my boobs and like kind of tuck them in a bit.
Babatuka's boobies, yeah. The booby tuka.
Yeah, boobatuka.
Make your way up deck. He heads over to the
Bastardizations
wheel.
of these.
You see Goldtooth just arms crossed behind him. Ready to go, Captain? He looks at... I think so. Alright, lads. Hoist the sails, all of you. Get to work. We make way. So both of you, just very simple athletics checks to get the sails up super fast.
Heave the hoe!
There is a front sail as well.
What'd
So
you call me?
Gregory and Fap, if you want to see if you can help out getting that one all raised and ready to go. No issues from Mantuka and Stanislav. You see some of the crew already raised the anchor up, and it is just kind of hanging off the back of the ship. Okay, easily done. Wow.
And Fap, you're yoked.
Very good roll. You pull all the sails up, just cranking on the ropes as you do so, and slowly the sails just inch their way up the mast until you're at
It's
full
a motion
sail.
he's used to.
The captain quickly spins the wheel and catches the wind as you begin pulling out towards the bay. Even now, from where you are, you can see Pillarstone in the distance to the southwest of you, or southeast of you. However, the captain follows a bit more of a where's my map here? He follows a kind of a path along the north coast there until he gets to about the point, in the intent of trying to avoid sailing through too much of the deep seas, being that there has been an increase of some shit lately, which you guys are quite familiar. There you go. That's basically the route he's taking. So the sail sets and catches the wind, and the ship begins rocking across the waves and just cutting its way through the water as it does so, and you kind of begin moving your way along the northern coast at a steady pace for probably about an hour or two. Oh, kitty. So cute. Eventually you kind of come to about this point on the map where I just pinged, in the big red spot. And you see, like, this section of the coast is kind of these tall cliffs with rocky outcrops kind of sticking out into the ocean. Very treacherous, very dangerous seas. Oh my god. He just wants the lovin's today. So cute. And eventually you're kind of making your way along here, and as you do, as you come around a corner, you see very, very easy to see, very plain, about half a ship that has just been wedged up on these rocks. The bottom half, the aft of the boat, is just completely gone, and you see an individual wearing very, very nice, brightly colored silk captain's clothes with a kind of a light purple jacket on with a kind of almost a velvety look to it. He's just waving as the ship begins passing, and you just barely begin to catch out little bits of voice on the waves. Help me, please, if you don't mind. Please stop. And he's just waving. He's help. And he's just screaming at the top of his lungs. What's up?
Is it an Imperium accent?
Roll me perception check. Hard to
14.
tell. You do notice the ship is painted very similarly to how some Imperium ships are. There's definitely a thing there. It does not, however, appear to be a military ship. It's definitely a transport of some kind. You see a couple cannons that are on the deck of the ship that are just kind of like now sitting there uselessly with no one to man them. You see a few bodies floating in the water, a couple that have been pulled up onto the rocks by this guy, and he's just waving desperately into the air, trying to attract anyone who happens to be sailing by. And you do see, just kind of floating in the water, still barely attached to a bit of a flagpole that's sticking out from the bit of mast that's underwater, is the very distinct purple and gold of an Imperium flag.
As you're kind of making your ways, help me, please! Please! He's just screaming at the top of his lungs. Captain, should we stop, sir? Captain. Imperium colors. Up to you, lads. What do you want to do? Feels wrong leaving a sailor to die, one way or another.
Kill him.
We could spend a little extra time in the hole.
Fap.
Damage report. That ship is also fucked.
Astute as ever.
Oh, let's help him.
What's he going to do? He's one
With
man.
a javelin?
He's gonna recognize me and then tell everybody when we drop him off.
We'll just have to drop him off somewhere where it'll take him a very long time to reach anybody then.
Or
Yes,
I can
like death.
Like the
I
afterlife.
can change how I look a little bit.
Do what you want. We're pulling up on him fairly quickly, though.
All right.
Let's
Fan's
say,
gonna run down and grab his disguise kit and disguise up.
Roll me... disguise kit and dexterity. Are you proficient in disguise kit?
Sure am.
Okay, so proficiency in dex. As you do so. The captain immediately is like, raise sail or lower sail. Prepare to make anchor. Get the boat ready. We'll row over to him if we have to. I don't want to get too close.
16 total.
Gregory cast disguise self. Okay. 16 total.
I turned myself into
okay.
Junior Maker.
Nice. Describe your disguise, Stanislav. What are you looking? And okay, Gregory goes young Mr. Maker. Easily done. Easily done.
Stanny's disguise kit basically is just like a tiefling purple skin colored paint, basically, that he changes his skin color with, and just some super nondescript, not like super raggedy, but not the nicest clothes. Basically, just like some beige traveler's clothes.
Okay,
yeah.
Fair. Easily done. Easily done. Gregory assumes the form of small Mr. Maker. Mantuka, are you doing anything or just living your best Minotaur life?
Living my best Minotaur life.
We love that for you. The ship slowly comes to a stop. The anchor's thrown into the water and just left there for a bit as the ship comes to a halt. The rowboat is lowered down. I'll go over, but I wouldn't mind having some extra muscle with me if you lot wouldn't mind coming. He looks to all of you. Goldtooth, you have the helm. If anything happens, you know what to do. And you see some people loading the 3 cannons towards this side. And you do notice there are now cannons on this ship, whereas there weren't when they dropped you off. Many days ago.
GTA upgrade!
What's up, Brad? The captain kind of steps into his usual spot at in the boat and gestures for you all to join.
Yes, Gilgamesh, will help you rescue this man.
Gilgamesh, got it. Nice.
I and me, Oliver, will be right behind you.
Maybe you just don't speak.
Go, got it.
I will tag along, in case they have treasure.
Imperium ships.
Will stay on the boat with his jazz tiara.
Mantuka's staying on the boat. The boat is about 30 feet away. Your jazz tiara is in range if you want to handle that. And the cannons. Okay. You all watch as Mantuka's just standing on the deck holding his fucking tiara, just ready to go and unleash a scorching ray on these fuckers. Easily enough. You row your way over. The guy scrambles down the rocks pretty quickly. You see his skin is peeled and burnt, like this man has been in the sun for several days. In fact, you recall the last storm being several days prior. The man looks like he has been shipwrecked here for some time. The irony being he's only about 200 feet from the actual shore, but the waters between these cliffs and rocks outcrops is just too hectic for anyone to really swim into. So you managed to row over to one of the rocks. He quickly scrambles down. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. We got a weather check. Exclamation point D100, please, Rad. This might work.
Hurry up, get in. And he's like purposely lowering his voice.
If you don't mind, let's see what the weather check comes out to. It's just D100, not 1D100, by the way. There's still some goods on board. I don't want to leave behind. I was supposed to be delivering something. It is very important, and most of it's lost.
And you, like, looking on his face, there's a nervousness. Oh, I'm so
What do you roll?
happy.
What do you roll? What happened? What'd you do?
I'm so happy.
Don't
100?
ruin my
It's
Halloween.
96. So as you all begin, like, helping this man, you're telling him to come to the boat. He's trying to stop you. He's there's things I must get. I can't just leave this place.
All right, well, hurry up then.
I can't do it alone. There's more gold here than I could possibly lift.
So what you're saying is you have
Like, fucking get on or not? Like, what the fuck?
treasure.
Plenty of treasure. I think. And he looks down into the ocean where, like, you can't see much, but it's just kind of the depths. Most of it's down there, I'm afraid.
Bap will look to the captain, and his eyes will turn a yellow color, almost as if he's asking for permission for something.
He looks at you. Fine.
All right, we'll help.
Sap, what was the eye change for?
He just wants that gold. That's it. He wants to make sure that he's getting part of that gold.
I don't suppose any of you are particularly good at swimming, then. That boat is very far under the water. Be useful. And as you're sitting there discussing your plans, you hear the sound of thunder just off in the distance, and as you kind of look out over Sorrow Bay, you see a massive storm coming in off the southern ocean, working its way directly into the bay, almost like straight, using the cliff faces as guidance, working its way to you. You feel the winds begin to pick up. You see a wall of rain making its way towards you in a line, just like a steady approaching torrent of rainfall. You see lightning cracking across the clouds and being echoed immediately by thunder, and then the rain hits you all in like just a curtain, just drenching all of you to the bone, slapping loudly off the rocks and the surface of the deck, and you all stand there as the winds begin blowing. The waves start to crash against the rocks heavier and heavier. The top half of the ship occasionally rocking against some of these things, and as a particularly large and bright flash of lightning lights up the sky, we are going to take our break there because we're an hour 50 and I got pissed. So we're going to take our quick little break here. Thank you so much, Rad, for rolling a literal hurricane. Oh my god. I'm so excited.
Damn it!
I'm so excited because this is bad. This is bad. This is a bad place for this to happen. Anyway, we'll be back in about 10, folks. I'm just going to hit the bathroom and then we will continue where we left off in just a few. I can't wait. We'll see y'all in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Bye. There we go. We're back, everybody. How you doing? Welcome in. We got everyone here. Everyone's ready. So, we have disguised Gregory and Stanislav. Oh, we've changed our outfits. What are we now? We Dog the Bounty Hunter? The Dog the Bounty Hunter look?
Battle dribble.
I like it. So, Stanny, Fap, Gregory, and the captain choosing to make their way over on the rowboat.
Don't you mean Gilgy?
I'm just done. Anyway, you arrive on the rock and meet this captain individual who is in a panic because his ship has sunk. He's probably a little mad from being out here in the sun for several days. More or less starving, except for the meager food he's managed to put together. Welcome back, Red. How you doing, buddy? And is just currently asking you guys for help as a very conveniently timed hurricane begins to roll in. Well, it wasn't quite. I mean, it was not. It was as close to a hurricane as you can get without a hurricane. But it's like gale force winds, heavy rain, lightning, everything. The waves are getting higher and higher. I have a little energy drink with you. Let's go, Pete.
I have coffee. Same thing.
That's coffee? I thought that was water.
No, this is a 40-ounce coffee mug.
I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
I respect
Crashing
it.
down a rock star this whole time.
Rad causing a fucking hurricane in here. The lot of you stand on this rock currently talking to each other as the waves begin to come in a little heavier on the side, on the coast. You're getting a little more ocean spray off of them. The ship is beginning to rock with you on it, Mantuka, and as you look out to the southeast, just basically funneling its way up the cliff sides of this bay, making its way directly towards you, is this massive storm. You have a few minutes at most before it makes its way into the bay. The man looks at it and sees it coming. The captain, we must hurry if we're going to be getting this stuff out of here.
Yep,
please.
time to go.
I will reward you a portion of whatever you can recover, please. This is very important.
I think we have like 1 minute. Come on, let's go.
Okay, we're just jumping in the water?
What? No, we're going to a ship.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you meant like, okay, let's go back.
So I've talked to the big guy, and we're gonna start making the ship ready to fuck off because, well, we could die.
Goldtooth's like, get the anchor up right now, and begins just ordering the men around ship. He's like, get the anchor, do this, get the sails ready, and everyone's just prepared now to, like, literally once you guys are back on board, raise sail and absolutely dip. The other captain
or
is
before,
like...
or before,
or before. We'll see. The other captain is hesitant to leave. He's trying to look like inside the wreckage of his other ship. I can't just leave this all here. You don't understand. He doesn't seem intent on moving. What are you guys doing?
It is my recommendation, Captain, that we get the fuck out of here.
Look.
You want your stuff, or do you want your life?
It's not my stuff. It is a 6,000 gold piece ransom that went down with that ship. If I don't get it to where it needs to be, I'm a dead man anyways. So you feel free to leave, but I'll be staying here and waiting for someone more useful to come along and help me get all of that up from down there.
The ransom was never making it to its destination. Only my pockets.
It's not getting in anyone's pockets if it's sitting in the bottom of the ocean, little man.
Well, I hate to be a party pooper, but I don't think we can get it in those kind of conditions.
But maybe I can! Stan, everyone, bring him back to the boat! I go up to the man and I just grab him and I, like, by the scruff of his collar and I just shake him. I say, go to the boat! I'll bring your stuff! Trust us! And I jump into the water!
Okay, I mean, first thing you notice as you hit the water and descend under the surface, it gets much smoother.
Lovely.
No waves beneath the surface after a certain depth. You're just kind of relaxing in deep water. What are you doing?
Once I'm under the water a deep enough amount, I take out the bone mask and slap it on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like
you
to
slap
turn
on the
into
mask,
a giant toad.
narrowly avoiding all the cliffs, and you pop out into a giant toad in the water here, and just kind of awkwardly swimming your... What's the swim speed of a giant toad?
Ribbit.
30?
30?
Yep, 30.
Okay. It takes you a bit, but it eventually, working your way down, kind of following this rocky outcrop to where you can surmise the ship probably went. I'd like you to roll me a perception check down there. Do you have dark vision? I'm guessing you do. I get disadvantage. I have advantage saved from someone else, so it just cancels out now. Thank you, Insomnia. Okay, it takes you a long while under the water. It is dark, even like you're not used to being a toad. It takes you quite a bit of time. Eventually you do find your way to the bottom, and it is quite hard to miss half of a fucking ship. So even with the low check, it just takes you a while to find exactly where it was, but you kind of just follow the cliffs enough that eventually you find the entire aft section of this boat submerged completely underwater. As you're approaching it, with that low of a check, you get right up to the boat, and then kind of looking around, you see some figures just circling around in the ocean.
Boop.
Out of the corner of your vision. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and, as stealthily as possible, start looking for a chest. I probably should have asked. Something valuable. Something shiny.
You make your way right into the ship, not hesitating at all, and you find in the back of the kind of lower section of the ship, like beneath the captain's quarters, there is a large cargo hold with a steel grate on it that has been padlocked shut. Looking beyond that, you see several chests stacked on top of each other. One has broken open, and there are hundreds of coins spilling out of it onto the ocean, or onto the now submerged deck of that portion of the ship. This is far more gold and wealth than you could possibly carry, and is currently locked behind an iron grate. There is a substantial amount of wealth here. Several chests filled to the brim with gold coins, gems, rare artifacts. You see some what looks like potions kind of tucked in a box in the back. Not only was this man carrying what he claims to be this large ransom, but he had a number of collections of various goods and expensive figures back there that are all locked up and now just left to the seafloor.
Okay, Gregory sees that. He sort of goes up to the grate as a frog and tries to, like, frog strength and just see how strong this wall is. It's probably...
Roll me a strength check as a frog. Or is it
frog strength?
Toad strength.
Still better than Gregory's.
Rip it.
It didn't even come through.
Boop. Hey.
Okay. You start pushing on it, and you feel the bars start to bend ever so slightly, but it's not enough to pull them apart or break the door off in any capacity.
Frog Gregory thinks to himself, I'm gonna need a little more help here. He takes a big gulp of water air. I'm 32. I still don't know how frogs breathe underwater. And I
don't think you do.
However it works. It says it breathes both.
Your instincts just know what to do. Yep.
Take a breathe in, and then I take my froggy hands and pull off my bone mask face and become regular Gregory. And snap off a piece of the mask. Cast Conjure Animals and make my 4 octopussy again.
Yeah.
Which would hopefully, I would like them to kind of like, how squids and octopus can squeeze in anywhere.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're I want them to intertwine between the grate and then kind of puff out so it just shatters the grate.
Are you trying to just break the fucking iron door off? Okay.
Just to pieces.
Roll me an athletics check for the giant squid. Or for your squids.
It's about leverage.
It's all about
the right amount of force, and the door will come right off.
Okay.
As they just tense and try to pry the door apart,
and break these iron bars, they are unable to get enough purchase to do so. It is a pretty strong door. The steel is quite formidable.
Go! Okay, I like to think
I'm
I'm
look
gonna...
up to the surface every now and again. There's just a flash of light as lightning lights up the sky. Meanwhile, we're gonna snap back to the party here. The man is still refused to go anywhere. He's panicking, but he at last gets into the rowboat. As you guys just begin pulling away, about to leave him there. He sees no other choice, and he hops in. You guys row back to the boat, and they get it hooked up and lifted back on shore. The captain immediately begins issuing orders to people to prepare for a very, very rough sail. He's just issuing orders as he's going, like completely in business mode. Not wasting any time whatsoever, top to bottom. Gets everyone down below to make sure every possible entry point for water is sealed up with whatever they can. Make sure the ship is in tip-top shape while they still have a chance. What are you all doing?
As soon as Stan gets back on the boat, he basically runs over to the captain as he's issuing orders. Captain Gregory's still he's down with the rest of the shipwreck trying to get out whatever he can.
You guys have very, very odd priorities. Tell you what, how about you help on getting the anchor up? You're strong.
Yes, Captain. And he runs over to the capstan.
Yep, capstan. Yep. Mantuka, what are you doing?
I'm prepping to fucking get the fuck out of here. There's a fucking storm brewing.
Okay.
This Hebrew bullshit.
Fucking
what are you doing, Fap?
Captain, what should I help with?
At this point, I don't know. It seems like everyone's got a job to do. Tell you what, perhaps you can help get that one on shore. Check him for anything good he might have, and then lock him up.
Are you sure you don't want to just dispose?
The very least we can do is drop him off. You're on prisoner watch.
Would he not die either way?
We don't know. Just keep an eye on him. Okay?
Okay.
If he mysteriously dies by himself, just drops dead on his own account, fine, so be it. I don't care. But while you're here, you're going to be watching him. Got it?
Affirmative.
Good.
There's a slight flash of red in his eye.
Only if he tries to escape. He catches the flash as you're kind of walking away. Gregory's still doing his own business. Mantuka, I'm going to say...
How'd you like the Iron Giant?
Yeah, Stanny, go ahead and athletics check that anchor up. And then Mantuka, pick one thing you'd like to do to help get the ship ready to go. You're not receiving any orders at this point. The captain's doing other ship. What are you getting ready to do? 15, not bad. Already the rain's beginning to fill. Like there's a small bit of water beginning to pool in the bottom parts of the boat. It's getting pretty rough. What are you doing?
So I guess I'd help with the mast and stuff like that because I'd be pretty heavy to get back up because we would have had to lower to stop at this little wreckage. So I'll lend my feminine
check for you. Your feminine Baba Yaga charms
abilities.
Okay, athletics check, please. 15 from Stan. It takes you a bit. It is a heavy anchor, but you just crank the capstan round and round and round, and eventually the anchor breaches the surface. All the water running off of it. A little bit of seaweed.
And all my teammates are sorting loot instead of helping me.
Except Mantuka. Mantuka's busy. Everyone's getting things battened down and tied down, so if in case of rough seas, your merchandise isn't traveling everywhere. Mantuka, with ease, just start grabbing. At one point, you grab a rope from either side, and just yank them together, and start cranking the sail up on your own, and just looping it around your arms as you do so, slowly raising the sail all by yourself. Yagatuka!
Like a Viking, your hammer
and then Gregory
on Mantuka mode.
Snap back to you real quick as Fap is currently watching the prisoner. He doesn't seem like he's trying to do anything at this point. He just goes sits in the bottom of the ship and he's contemplating his life decisions, but he seems entirely unfocused on you. He's got his head in his hands and he's stressing about the not even small fortune, the massive fortune of money that he has just lost. Gregory, you're just faced with this iron gate and no other way to get into it. Your octopi are still wrapped around it tightly.
trying to pry the iron apart enough for at least you to fit in, but are unable to do so.
I've got one hand over it. Seeing them tense. This isn't doing it. I just think in my brain, move, boys, move! And the octopuses just move away in a circle away. So there's an exposed circle of grating. And I would like to cast Magic Missile at level 6. And at level 6, the Magic Missile just comes out, and not in a pink gaming chair. It's in a pink undersea, what are they called? Submarine.
Submarine.
It's in a submarine? Okay, I love it.
In a Subaru?
It's in a bright pink submarine that comes covered in giant glowing missiles. And they just all point up at the grate, and it has to fire 7,
roll
8
me
of them.
damage. Yeah, roll damage for all 8.
This is fun. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All I hear is the clicking in the background. Oh my god, 29. So as you kind of fire these missiles, they start blasting off random parts of the door, and you're just lucky enough to hit 2 of the hinges, or the 2 hinges, and just blast them to pieces. The door just sinks immediately and falls to the ground, the hinges having been blown completely off. It's kind of awkwardly hanging from where it's locked. It's like leaned open at this point. Not quite affixed, but still leaning and locked up tight with the padlock there.
And then just the very last thing
as you kind of like are pushed back by the force of the explosion.
The last thing that you hear is just Gregory puts his hands away and yells underwater, grab and go, and slaps the mask back on and it turns into a shark. This time, street shark Gregory, and the octopuses are all going to just slither in and start wrapping themselves around as many piles as they can.
Okay, roll me one athletics check per octopus. They're just trying to gather all this loot and still actively swim at any capacity. It's okay. Ooh. Okay. So 2 of them immediately wrap around 2 of the smaller chests and begin swimming up. With relative ease, they begin working their way towards the surface. They kind of have to push, and then they slow down and sink a little bit more and keep going their way up as they do their best to maintain velocity with the 2 chests. The other 2 grab onto another set of chests and are just unable to move them. It seems like they're a little bigger. The gold inside is just too heavy, and they're unable to move it at all. So you've got 2 chests so far leaving. At this point, the octopi are just pulling. It does not seem like they're going to be able to move this.
I instinctively tell them, get what you can, and I'd like them to slap down on the piles and get a sucker full. Just a sucker full.
I love
gems, whatever knickknacks, just suckerfuls.
I love it. Okay, that's not the way I thought that was going to go. Roll me 2 percentiles, 1 for each of them. Let's do this.
Love it.
Let's just see.
Okay. Oh my god.
Okay, so one slaps down on the gold and pulls out, and there's 2 little coins just stuck on 2 of the little suction cups there. The other one slaps its arm down and kind of coils the shit around and gets a clump of gold that's kind of dribbling a couple coins as it does, but mainly buried in some of the piles, it actually wraps around what appears to be either a map or a scroll case of some kind of just sealed case, and begins swimming away with that as well. What are you doing?
As a shark, I would like to immediately bolt out of the shipwreck and just start making my way with blind sight to the ship.
Okay. Easily done.
Just trying to sense that the disturbance in the water.
It's slapping on the waves a little bit as it kind of drops and falls. And you breach the surface to a very
very different environment than you left. The rain is just plummeting down around you. It is pitch black. The clouds are completely covering with the sun, and the only light in the sky at this point is the crack of lightning and the distant sunlight kind of on the horizon. You breach out of the water next to the ship. You see the crew just in a fluster trying to get everything ready to make sail, but they're behind the storm at this point. So, what are you doing?
I would like to scream as a shark. I start to. Ooh, I do. I have a flashback to the impossible godlike abilities of my flipping sharks, and I just start trying to do like a flip and flap on the water, slap it, trying to get attention of the crew.
You just hear something slapping in the water, all wet. What's up, Stanley?
I was going to say, knowing that he's down there doing Gregory things, which involves turning into animals of some kind, I'd be keeping some kind of eye out for something. So
you see several octopus come to the surface with different degrees of loot and chests that they're struggling to keep afloat. You can haul that in easy enough.
Yeah, I'll point that out to the crew as well so that we can all get on it and shit.
Fap, there's treasure pointed at by Stanislav, held by these octopi.
I'm mostly doing this for Fap.
With trunks of treasure and all kinds of goodies. One appears to be holding a scroll case, and the other is mostly empty-handed. Now you guys get the loot on board.
Get that on board.
You lift all the loot on board, and then you see this massive shark just breach the surface and kind of take in the environment around you, kind of hover at the surface of the water.
I'm gonna look at the crew's reaction first, just for fun. Before
everyone's kind of panicking, they're like shark, and they're like slapping each other and kind of backing away from the railing and stuff. And some grab a couple spears and are ready to like go in on this thing.
On like the third or fourth time of jumping up through the water, you just see it's instead of it being a shark, it's just Gregory. It's just,
one guy's about to throw the spear and then see
third time.
Oh, try to grab you. I assume you're flying back on the boat.
Dexterity saving throw, I guess, to catch him. Boop. Unnecessary dexterity saving throw. We love that.
Fun. I like that.
12. Easy enough. So as he jumps past, you just reach out and slap your hand onto his arm and pull him onto the boat very quickly. And you guys are left now standing on the deck with several chests of loot all waiting around you, all sealed, closed up with locks. The one that had broken open was obviously left behind what appears to be a scroll case. And as you're kind of taking in all the treasure... Oh, we got Cat.
So look at him.
As you're just taking in all your loot, the ship begins to rock dangerously, and you hear the captain yell, "Right sail, we gotta get out of here!" And you see people just raising the sails as fast as they can. Mantuka's already on the biggest one, while the rest of the crew are handling the foremast. And everything, and the sails pick up, and your ship begins to lurch. He immediately steers it away from the cliffs and tries to get it further out to sea. As dangerous as the storm is, it's even worse being right next to a rocky precipice.
I'm gonna cast Bless
on
the captain and Mantuka and Vap.
Okay.
So you can add... What is it? +4 to saving throws? Or is it
where's my Sylvos sheet?
Right there. The D4. The saving throws.
So he is definitely proficient in ships. So it's going to be...
While we're getting going.
Dex +3. Okay, +3 is going to be a 22. So he quickly spins the wheel around, catches it as it catches right into the storm, gets the sails immediately into the wind, has the quickly orders Mantuka's on sails right now. So quickly, Mantuka, you hear just over the din of the storm, sails to starboard! And he whips the ship around so it's kind of catching the wind in the side, and he's getting you all to turn the sails a little to the right as the boat kind of collapses off of a wave. I need everyone to roll me a dexterity saving throw as well.
3 I mentioned. If the captain's making one, I don't know. But 3 of you can add D4 to your saving throw.
Oof. Oh, God. It's a D4 or just flat 4?
12.
D4.
Okay, I'll get a D with the D4?
Yep.
Okay. Damn. So 12.
Sorry,
12.
I didn't cast it on Gregory or myself. I can only cast it on 3 people.
Damn
Okay,
it!
so JTB
That can be
mine's
Mantuka's roll.
with the 4 yours is 12, easily enough. So who rolled above a 15? Just Stanislav, I believe. Okay. Just Stanislav. So you're all pitched onto the ground, and it's not a lot, but you do take 1d6. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you're all just thrown, and you hit the deck prone as you just fall off the top of a wave and collapse into the water. Stanny, you manage to grab onto something and just hold yourself up as you're doing so. You see 2 of your allies go down, as well as Fap, I guess, who is just one of your allies at this point. One of the red shirts slides down the deck as it kind of pitches and almost falls right off the edge, but manages to catch himself on the railings as he does so, and the storm just continues to rage all around you. Mantuka, since you fell, you're just holding on to the ropes you were using to try and adjust the sail, and you just managed to pull yourself up after taking a hit, and you just begin cranking on that. I need an athletics check, please. This is all strength for you all day. This is a very strength-heavy session.
I'm guessing since a minute has passed since I cast Bless. Can I guidance it?
Sure.
Bless is dropped now.
What's up, Mantuka?
I was just dancing on the ropes.
Oh, you were celebrating.
Dancing on the
20
ropes.
with a 25. Okay, so you as you kind of
to.
catch your footing and stand your way back up, you just begin cranking on these ropes, and slowly the sail begins to turn to catch the wind a little better, and you keep working on it, and your muscles begin to strain. The ropes are beginning to burn your hands, and your blood is basically beginning to coat the rope as you're doing so, but you're all hanging on. At this point, as Mantuka is turning the sails, some of the other crew are handling the front. Is there anything you would all like to do at this point? You all just find yourself sprawled on the ground, standing. You're just barely holding on.
I'm going to help everyone up really as quick as I can.
Okay, so just run around helping the people. No problem. That's easily done.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Fap will stand up and say, "Ow!" and then cast Mending on himself to use a hit die.
Easily done.
Nice.
Heals right back up. Mantuka, what's up?
I'd like to get off these ropes. I feel like I'm going to cause myself more damage if I'm just fucking clinging to them and flying.
Okay, so you just let go of the ropes once the sails turn.
In
no
a safe
sweat.
direction when I'm not like mid fucking swing flight death thing.
As the ship kind of turns around to starboard, now catches the wave, you begin heading back east or westward now, kind of back along the route you were taking, but further away from the cliffs, into the more sheltered area of the bay as the ship is rocking as you do so. You're just speeding right along. As you kind of pass over the crest of another wave, the ship falls once again. I need deck saves from everybody once more.
As we're doing that, I'm going to make my save, but I'm going to try and run to the very front of the ship to do a thing.
Mantuka with a nat 20. Captain, Goldtooth. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
That's not good.
Is that the captain that rolled in that one? Or was that Goldtooth?
Nope, that's Goldtooth. So who rolled about 15? Mantuka, Gregory did not. Stanny did, just JTB did not. Or Fap did not. Okay, so
was anyone within
Fap,
10 feet of me?
Fap has a... Yeah, you're all kind of within the same space, more or less, I'd say.
Oh, everyone can add +4 to that then. This is my aura.
Sure.
Forgot about that.
So the only person who isn't beating it then is Gregory, if I'm not mistaken. And Goldtooth.
Yep.
Okay. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage this time, Gregory, as the ship kind of rocks to the side. A piece of cargo that wasn't tied down completely kind of begins bouncing towards you and smacks you off the shoulder before you can get out of the way of it. It tumbles off the edge of the ship and into the ocean with a splashing sound, and you find yourself once again prone on the deck, the rest of you having to manage to maintain your footing and everything. However, Goldtooth, the first mate who was just coming up from down below, is immediately bucked into the air as he just loses his footing completely and slides along the deck and over the railing and just barely manages to catch on. I'm gonna have him roll a dex
He has
save.
claws.
Yeah, that's why I'm having him roll a save. He rolls a 19, so as he's sliding about to go off the edge, you see his claws just dig into the railing and scratch about halfway down it and just hold tight. The other hand claws up on top. He is currently on the edge of the ship. He cannot pull himself up. What are you all doing? And we're basically it would get like the storm's gonna act, and then you guys are gonna act until you're safely out of the storm. So
oh no,
who's doing
Goldtooth, and he's gonna go try to help Goldtooth up.
Okay, easily done. As you kind of get over to him, just roll me. I must say, roll me a dexterity saving throw to try and catch someone on a bucking, moving ship as you're trying to reach out and grab someone who's also reaching for you easily enough. Okay, that's good. You reach out, and he kind of has to let go of one hand. As he does, he falls back into the water a bit and just barely manages to get the claws. They scrape down your steel arm, and if you were made of flesh, you probably would have been taking some damage from that. But it's just a dragging of claws on steel as you hold him steady and begin pulling him up overboard. He pulls himself up the rest of the way. Well done. What's everyone else doing?
Gregory's gonna go ahead and open the box, and he's gonna try and make it so that his little friend here, little froggy buddy, pops out, and he opens his mouth, and a cat mouth is just on the sphere, and I'm gonna cast Cat's Grace on me. Who else keeps falling? Fap and Mantuka. Us three.
Awesome.
Mantuka, what's up?
I feel like we're very connected with our thoughts.
That's going to give us advantage on dex checks, and we do not take damage from falling less than 20 feet.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that's really good then. The next round, the captain's going to whip the ship around, and he's going to keep doing that and focus on that. He rolled an 11, so it's not great. You see the ship edging closer back to the cliffs that you guys were trying to pull away from. He's not able to contend with the storm this round.
Oh, no.
Mantuka and Stanny both have stuff, so whoever wants to go first, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'd like to run up and give the captain a hand, where I'm kind of like use the ships and whatnot. I see him struggling in the storm. Like I want to go lend the aid to try to at least get him away from like inland bits and jagged that we can
Sounds
see.
good. You see as the wheel is just turning, he's trying to hold it. He manages to hold it sometimes, then loses his grip and it whips back around. You go over and just with one hand begin pushing on it. So I will say you can either make a strength saving throw to try and hold against that weight, or you can lend him the aid action, so his next turn trying to steer the ship, he will be at advantage. That's your choice.
I'll give him the aid action. Okay. He is the captain. I am not the captain.
You're just holding on it and trying to like help him along and hold it straight. And he looks over at you and just through gritted teeth, thanks. I didn't think I was going to be able to hold it.
Look at me. Look at me. You are the captain.
Okay. And they just start prying on the stuff. Stanny, what are you doing?
I'm going to just take out my little knife and run to the very, very, very front of the ship. Try to improve some visibility here. I'm gonna basically just wrap around the bowsprit and lean over and directly underneath it. Essentially, I'm gonna stab the knife into the wood, and I'm gonna cast daylight on the end of the knife.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, that way the light won't come back and blind everyone on the ship, but it'll basically be like a big headlight.
So I need a strength save from you, because you are actively trying to crawl out on this while waves are slapping the front of the ship and stab this dagger into it. Okay, that's enough. So basically what you do, you climb out onto the fuck, I forgot what the stupid name for the bowyard or whatever the fuck it is.
Bowsprit.
The bowsprit. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to swing your arm over the top and like from underneath stab down into the figurehead. Which you see is just a very simply carved mermaid, nothing too special. And you plunge the dagger kind of right into where the collarbone would be here, or where the collarbones would meet, and cast daylight on it. And the rest of you on the ship watch as there is just a flood of light coming out the front of the ship. Stan, you almost have to cover your eyes as you're doing so. You will end your turn hanging on to that, so be prepared for that next turn.
Stan, as he's doing this, Stanny sees the figurehead and just thinks to himself, probably could have just done it on that, but continues to
That's true. You could have just cast it on the boat.
Cast it anywhere, but
could have cast it on the entire boat.
Well, yeah.
It says an object. I don't know how that works. Dagger's a good idea because you can move it.
Yeah.
You basically got a spotlight now. So cool. That's your turn. Gregory, you did Unseen Servant, right?
Enhance ability.
Thank you. Okay, so everyone has Cat's Grace. That's good.
As the next turn comes around, the captain begins fighting against the ocean again, lurking on me. Zach, hell yeah, dude! Thank you for the lurk. I love the stream. The Tark cosplay is on point, my dude. I absolutely love it. I appreciate the lurk, homie. So he's gonna try to steer clear of the storm with advantage now, thanks to Mantuka.
With advantage from the big
Okay, so with that, it's a +4, so 19. Steers back up into the winds a little bit and gets the ship back on course and veering away. You're kind of coming towards the edge of the storm. It kind of looped up the bay and is curving in on itself, as opposed into the more sheltered areas. And it looks like, while there's still rough seas and high winds and rain, the worst of the storm is kind of behind you and heading the other direction. But you're not out of the shit yet. Fap, I need you. Actually, yeah, I'd say Goldtooth is more than capable of pulling himself up onto the thing. And since you guys are out of danger at this point, what are you all getting up to? What do you all want to do to help the ship along at this point? Mantuka, you're still on the wheel. It's up to you if you want to help steer a little more or just keep aiding him on his turns.
I'm going to keep aiding him on his turn until we get out of the rougher stuff. Then once that's done, I'll start working on securing the mast and the different slocks and sails and whatnot.
Okay. Go ahead, Fap.
So Fap, after helping Goldtooth up, is going to go over to where the captain is.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would like, sir, I can take over steering for now, so you can focus on getting everybody in the right spot.
Sure. Mantuka, help him. And he's going to quickly run over, grab Goldtooth and haul him on board, and then the two of them are going to quickly go to the sails and start telling people what to do and ordering people from more close range. Now Mantuka and Fap have the wheel. So Fap, you'll be making the last check to escape from the storm. I love that. The pressure's on you now. That's amazing. Stanny and Gregory.
I'm going to pull myself back up, of course. Mm-hmm. I would like not to die.
Athletics check, easy enough to just climb up. As you're just being like almost pelted with ocean spray as the boat's carving. Yeah, easily.
21.
Pull yourself back up onto the deck fairly easily.
And I will just stand at the front, basically. Jack and Rose style, not exactly, but and I will look out to see if we're going to hit any rocks. And I'll use thaumaturgy to make my voice boom if I see anything, so they can hear me over the ship.
Roll me a perception check, please.
Wait. Do I get advantage because of my light?
Sure.
Receive a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. We'll get to that. Gregory, what are you doing?
Greg's just gonna try and batten down. He's trying to, like, Spider-Man stand. Got one hand on the ground. He's like a dog in a car.
Okay. You're just holding on for dear life at this point?
Yep.
So on the next dex check, you'll get advantage because you're trying to brace yourself actively against whatever's coming. And speaking
because of my frog thing.
Yeah, and speaking of whatever is coming, Stanislav, as you're standing there on the bow, looking out over the ocean, you see coming from the port side of the ship what is just the beginning of a massive rogue wave that is just running directly towards the shore and perpendicular to your ship as you do so. You rolled very high, so you're very lucky to see that. What do you say? What do you do?
Does it, in a snap decision, does it look like there's any shot we're going to avoid it?
It's possible.
Okay.
It's unlikely, but
yeah.
It's possible. Anything is possible.
Rogue wave! Port side!
Okay.
He yells out, and with thaumaturgy, basically megaphoning his voice.
Okay. So the boys on the wheel, you hear over the roar of the ocean and the rain and the thunder and lightning just overstimulating you on all sides. You hear just over the din of the storm a familiar voice shout out, "Rogue wave, port side!" And you look, and illuminated by the daylight on the ship, you see a massive tower of a wave beginning to form and head directly to your ship. What are you gonna do?
Brace for impact and do all my training to mitigate damage.
I'm mitigating damage to myself. You're bracing?
Like how we said it like a question.
Okay.
You can brace, but to do so, you'll have to let go of the wheel and stop helping Fap.
So, with my knowledge of, because I'm proficient in water vehicles,
I'm pretty sure Mantuka is too, actually.
and since I've been
Pirates.
sailing, my whole life as a fully autonomous pirate,
Yes.
Can I make a check to determine what the best course of action to avoid
I'd say
this, or try
probably survival, or I would allow your sailing proficiency with intelligence or wisdom.
Can I aid him because I'm also super useful at this?
Yes, you can. How do you aid him exactly?
By giving me the aid action because I'm also proficient at this.
You just begin whispering instructions into his ear on how to deal with the rogue wave. Easy enough.
I am still the captain. You are not the captain. At one point, I was appointed captain. That is me. I'll allow you to do this task. You're the demi-captain.
There you have advantage
Quick
on your roll.
advantage. There's the second one.
Okay, 22. You would know at this point there's no way you're outrunning it or getting out of its path. The best way to deal with it is to sail straight dead into it and hope that you make it out the other side in one piece.
All right, I'm gonna start turning the boat in that direction.
Other than that, you're risking being capsized or hit against the cliffs. From here, you would gather that is the best course of action. Do you issue any commands to the crew or anything as you do, or what's your plan here?
Charge, bitches!
Charge, bitches!
Charge into what? Oh.
You see the ship start to turn
Satan's anus.
towards this massive towering rogue wave that is just making its way now directly for the front of your ship, the bow of your ship.
In Fap's loudest tone that he can manage, he's gonna say, "Brace yourselves, motherfuckers!"
Easily done. So you all again hear over the storm, "Brace yourselves, motherfuckers!" And Gregory, you're already braced. Everyone else is Mantuka. What are you gonna do? Are you still assisting with the wheel, or are you gonna brace?
I'm gonna still assist with the wheel, and all else fails if I get taken by the wave. I'm just gonna try to keep hold of the wave.
Okay.
I mean
okay.
the wheel. Sorry, not the wave.
Stanny, I'll say you have a chance to brace because all you were doing was looking.
Okay.
Yeah. Easily done.
I have a set of manacles in my bag that I'm going to whip out, slap one on one of the railings, and slap another one on my wrist so that I don't fall and die.
Okay. So as you turn towards this massive wave, it just begins crawling its way towards you and then begins rising out of the sea as it approaches the shore. A massive 20, 30 foot tall wave just creeping its way towards you. Probably 20, not 30 feet, 20 feet.
That's still bonkers. Okay.
It's very big. It's a very big wave. So, as you turn towards it and begin making your way, your ship kind of whips into that low section, begins plowing right towards it. I need you to roll me a ship handling check with advantage because Mantuka is still aiding you. So this is going to be your ship proficiency and your strength because you have to physically hold this wheel and keep it dead straight on the way through. There's nothing dexterous about this. This is just a feat of strength. At advantage.
Okay.
I hit a
Advantage.
15-foot rogue wave in a 70-foot training vessel called an Orca.
How much
and
does
that was madness.
It'd probably be
so
15 feet. 20 was a little excessive. 15 feet.
how much does ship proficiency add?
It's just your proficiency bonus plus your strength bonus. So
Okay.
whatever your proficiency is.
That's the first. That's the second, plus my 4 proficiency.
Oh, damn. Okay. You hold onto the wheel for dear life, and you begin to make your way up onto the wave, powering up it as you go until you eventually crest through the top. The water pours down your ship as you just rush out the other side using all your momentum and coming down the back of the wave. However, I need everybody to roll me a... I'm going to say strength saving throw at this point because you are physically trying to hold on as a massive force of water just whips past you. Gregory with an 18. Not bad. Mantuka with a 14.
27.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh no.
And I'm literally handcuffed to the boat.
Yeah, so you guys would have been at advantage anyway. Mantuka would have been a straight roll, I think. So you guys are all good either way. Yeah, no worries. Fap and Mantuka, however, out of Stanny's range of his buffs at this point, now that he's at the very front of the boat, you hang on for dear life. And as the rest of you break out the backside of the wave, you find the ship now rushing down the back, and you look around to see if you're all okay. The storm's still raging, and you see that there is nobody steering the ship. I want both of you to roll me one dexterity saving throw as you are whipped off the back of the ship, just trying to grab onto whatever you can back there before you're whipped off into the ocean.
Can I see the effect?
I would say yeah. You can fucking see.
Sure. I have advantage from Cat's Grace, right?
You do, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely see the 30-foot rogue wave heading right for your face hole.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
30-20.
Wait, is this the people who failed that last?
No,
roll,
it was just Mantuka and Fap.
It's just the staring seaman.
Gregory, what'd you roll on your save? 18. Yeah, you're good. You did not get rushed off the ship. However, with both of you guys managed to save. As you're kind of whipping off the back, you both just grab onto the back of the rowboat that's affixed to the ship and hold on for dear life. Mantuka, you kind of reach over, grab Fap, and push him back up with your other hand before grabbing on, just gripping into the wood, almost so hard that your nails are digging into it like the Tabaxi's claws did. And as you guys are just rushing down the backside of this massive 15-foot tall rogue wave, and you see the wake behind the ship being formed as it's just leaving a kind of bubbly trail as it's just carving through the woods behind, or the waters behind you. And as you're just rushing down that wave and the storm is raging all around you, that is what we will call the session for today.
Oh my
God! You see Mantuka and Fap just holding on to the back of the boat, feet flailing in the air as you go high speed down the back of this wave. And we'll pick up there next week, everybody.
Fucked by a weather check yet again.
The party has successfully navigated their way out of the worst of the storm. Just barely. So we will be back next week. I want to thank JT for joining us on short notice today and joining for the fun occasion as Fap.
I love this robot.
I was too stoked. Well, Fap is now a permanent NPC one way or another. So.
I love this robot.
Now JT can come back and visit as either one of two characters. We'll see. If you guys haven't already, go ahead.
Let me know how to injure myself next Monday so that I can join again. Take a poll in your chat or something, and I'll run my foot over. I'll hammer my finger.
We got it.
Something like that. Yep.
So
get pregnant.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. If y'all haven't already, go follow JTB on Twitch. Check out his TikTok. He be doing vocal covers and shit on there. It's super cool. Go check out Fire Mission Battery, Pete's business. Once they get the printers back up and running, I'm sure they'll be rolling out the shit. The Christmas decorations look dope. I'm going to be ordering a couple of those. Those are too cool. Too cool.
They are.
As for me, I am not going to be doing a whole lot over the course of the next week. But tomorrow, we're going to be doing a very special Halloween stream. I got a couple costumes laid out, ready to go. We could potentially see our next Lusty Rusty cosplay. We'll see what happens there. But one way or another, I will be live for probably about 6 to 8 hours tomorrow, starting around like noonish. We'll see. Nothing really set in stone. And then I think we'll be ending the night with some Overwatch with Kayla and Kerbo for some Halloween adventures. It should be really fun.
Yay!
It's my turn with the eye.
Oh no,
give it to me.
Not the eye. No, I hate that. I hate. Is that candy? Is that actual candy, or are you just eating a rubber eye right now? Awesome. Love it. All right, let's find someone to rate out on. Who's doing shit right now, dude? Who's doing stuff? Okay, we're gonna raid Zach. Camp Zach yourself is doing a Tarkonix cosplay for Halloween and playing Cuphead. We love to see that. We fucking love to see it. So we're gonna shoot on over there and show some love over at the campgrounds. If y'all haven't already, be sure to drop a follow there and check the shit out. Tro says, leave cliffhanger, damn you. Cliffhanger-ish.
It's more like that it is a real ear.
It's more like a wave hanger, really. But at least they made it out alive. They're okay. So if you guys haven't already and would like to swing into the Discord, I'm going to be watching spooky Halloween movies tomorrow after all the streams, possibly later tonight. I don't know what's really going on there. And swing by the YouTube. We'll be uploading the videos a week after they come out here on Twitch on the live stream. Last but not least, if you got them, drop those raid emotes and chats. Let them know that we sent you over there and we love them. So I hope you all have a good one. You know the thing. Gay shark. We love a gay shark. Let's go. I have been Rusty. These have been my homies. And you all have been awesome. I will see you tomorrow for some Halloween fun. Bye. And
Bye.
we're